Are you guys really going to be mad the whole way there?
I cannot believe you put us on a flight to Washington State.
I told them 800 times the Washington capital. What was I supposed to say?
How about Washington fucking D.C.? Because that's where the fucking White House is. No one says Washington capital, you shit for brains.
I'm the president of the United Motherfucking States. Where did they think I was going?
Doesn't matter. You just say Washington, D.C., Joe.
I gave them my name. How many other Joe Bidens do you know?
Maybe it would have helped if you said Washington, D.C.
How about Washington D's nuts all over your face, bitch?
Okay, that's fucking enough, guys. I'm not gonna listen to this cacophony for the next 3 hours.
Hey, cheer up, guys. This might be just the opportunity we need to kill some time.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
It means that I had something prepared for entertainment during our flight anyway.
Well, I'll take anything at this point. I'm bored out of my fucking mind.
I guess I'll entertain it. What you got?
I've compiled all of our adventures together so far. Every tier list, every gaming episode merged together into one big movie will be there by the time it's over. Take a look at that screen, fellas. I've hacked into the computer mainframe. Our story will be broadcast shortly.
All right, can everyone hear me okay?
I can't speak for Joe here, but I hear you fine.
I'm not even going to validate that with a response.
You just did.
Guys, we haven't even started yet. Okay, where are we putting red and blue?
D tier. It was a glitchy fucking mess. The pacing was slow. And the art looks as though they ordered the original green version sprites off of AliExpress. Terrible all around.
I'm going to disagree with you there, Donald. These games were seminal to the series and the RPG genre as a whole. And the only thing that was slow was your administration's response to the pandemic.
Shut the fuck up, Joe. The RPG genre was doing just fine with Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. Pokemon isn't even worth your time until Gen 3.
I don't know, Don. It was a pretty unique take on the genre. You only have a handful of characters to fight with in Final Fantasy, and the job system helps. But in the original Pokemon, you have a roster of 151, making every playthrough unique. Not to mention the additional completionist task of catching them all.
Don's just mad that he couldn't complete his Pokedex without using the Miss Sinnoh glitch.
Fuck off, Joe. And how in the hell did you expect to catch Mew without using glitches anyway?
Skill issue.
Okay, let's agree it's a flawed but important start to the series. C tier.
Fine.
Fine.
All right, what do we think about Yellow?
The sprite work is improved. The addition of Jesse and James is great fan service, but the game is still bad. And I fucking hate how you are stuck starting off with a Pikachu.
Is it because you couldn't evolve it into something orange?
Joe, you should eat more oranges. The vitamin C might help with your dementia.
Shut the fuck up, Don.
Okay, where are we putting it? It should at least be above red and blue.
B tier.
Vitamin C tier.
Moving on, gold and silver.
Trash.
Now you.
Trash.
Easily the best generation.
Wrong, dipshit. There are relatively no redeeming qualities of these games.
I don't remember asking.
You don't remember much these days, Joe. The Johto arc is too short. The level scaling is absurd. Most of the best new Pokemon aren't even available until the post-game, and move availability is nearly non-existent compared to the first gen. Believe me.
You have some valid points, Donnie, but these games vastly improved the originals. The addition of Dark and Steel types and the special split balanced out the overwhelming power of Psychic types in the first gen. And personally, I had a lot of fun with the bug-catching contest and Pokemon breeding.
Not to mention the introduction of day and night cycle, shiny Pokemon, and the Pokérus virus.
I hated when my Pokemon got that fucking virus. It would always spread to my entire team and lasted forever.
You probably tried to treat it with horse dewormer.
Oh, that's real funny? You've lost it, Joe.
Just like you lost the election.
Didn't ask.
Guys, let's settle on B tier and move on.
That's kind
This is
of low.
bullshit.
Next up is Crystal version. Now, this is the first main series Pokemon game that required a Game Boy Color to play.
Easiest S tier of my life, between the animated sprite work and the ability to finally play as a girl.
You probably just wanted to sniff her hair.
At least she has hair to sniff, Don.
This is not a toupee, Brandon. These luscious golden locks are all natural, baby.
Could have fooled me.
Luscious golden locks, like Ho-Oh, who, speaking of which, you couldn't even get until you captured all 3 legendary dogs, 2 of which are roaming. That's an even stupider design decision than locking Celebi behind a Nintendo event.
He's right, Joe. I don't know what they were thinking.
Same dog shit game, different box art.
Wrong. This game introduced the Battle Tower, which is now an integral part of the series. Yucine is easily the best side character yet. The Ruins of Alph got a new subplot. And who wasn't hype about the extreme speed Dratini?
What the fuck is an extreme speed Dratini?
Oh, color me shocked that you never got one. It was a prize awarded for passing a test involving honesty.
Sounds more made up than global warming, geriatric Joe.
Okay, despite one or two questionable decisions, this game clearly improved upon gold and silver, so it's going in A.
Should be lower.
Sacrilege.
All right, moving on to Gen 3, starting with Ruby and Sapphire.
Oh, baby, it's about time.
Here we go. What's your L take this time, Donald?
No L takes here, Joe. It doesn't get any better than this.
Does?
Nope.
Oh, my God.
Joe, let him talk.
Listen up, Joe. You might learn something. Let me tell you what makes these games so great.
Oh, I can't wait.
2 words.
Uh-huh.
Timeless.
Timeless is 1 word, Donald.
Timeless. These games were classic. The soundtrack. Brass bangers for days. And with the advent of running shoes, I'm no longer wasting my time in games slower than Joe's mental fortitude.
Even the original games had a bicycle.
Yeah, which always felt the need to waste your time by telling you Donald got on the bicycle when you used it. Worthless. Running shoes all the way. There's fewer glitches, improved graphics, and no mom calling me every 5 minutes to tell me she spent my fucking money again.
Yeah, and enough water to drown Trump Tower.
There was an awful lot of water, Don.
Didn't ask. You know you ought to love these games, Joe. It's about a bunch of climate-obsessed idealists who naively start a world war.
Shut the fuck up, Don. No one wants to hear your third-grade analysis of the plot.
Too bad. Anyway, you also have the introduction of double battles, Pokemon contests, and your dad is a gym leader.
Yeah, and he was so good I rizzed his ace slacking with my TM28 dig cheese.
I would use lame exploits, too, if I couldn't come up with a real intellectual strategy to beat him.
Implying I didn't use a real intellectual strategy.
Skill issue.
Okay, so where are we putting it?
This is S tier, and Emerald is S plus tier, no cap.
Absurd take.
Fuck you, Joe.
You probably would, and it would be boring, just like these D-tier games. Boring rivals, boring contests, boring and endless water routes, and boring plot. Whenever I have insomnia, all I have to do is turn on Pokemon Sapphire, and I'm out like a light.
You would fall asleep to a drone strike, Sleepy Joe?
Hey, easy on the drone strike references. You know how I feel about that.
Sorry, Barry, but you cannot deny the metric fuck ton of innovative ideas this generation contained.
I love you, Joe, but I'm with Don on this one. These games were hella fun and have some of the most memorable Pokemon designs to date. This is going into S tier.
Do it.
You are not putting the generation that introduced Luvedisc into S tier.
Fine, A tier.
God damn it.
Good man, Barry.
If that's how you feel, Joe, then I want my copy of Ruby back.
I'll give it back tonight when we hang out.
Fine.
Okay, so can we put Emerald into the S tier then?
More double battles, higher difficulty, and Rayquaza before the Elite Four? If you don't put this masterpiece into the S tier, so help me God, I'm leaving this call.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Joe, come on.
All right, fine. Can we just move on?
Thank Christ.
Next up is Fire Red and Leaf Green.
D tier.
What?
Have you lost your damn mind?
D tier.
Don.
You can't polish a turd. Even Gen 3 mechanics couldn't save Gen 1 from itself. D tier.
Mad because bad.
Mad because Game Freak didn't take the opportunity with the new technology to make creative environments out of the region. Still the same plain boring routes with 8 trainers lined up facing different directions.
That's every route in every Pokemon game.
Wrong. They felt like a reskin for an already bad game. But I can appreciate the business model of low-effort remakes as a cash grab, so I'll entertain C tier.
This is possibly the worst take I've ever heard. These games are the blueprint for Pokemon remakes. Nearly every aspect of the original games has been improved, and the addition of the Sevi Islands made for a vibrant post-game.
I agree with Joe.
You're both wrong. The remix soundtrack is garbage, the plot is still bad, and lack of more creative environments is criminal. Mid-remakes at best.
Not as mid as your presidency, you absolute troglodyte.
Fuck you.
Okay, guys, where are they going?
A tier.
C tier.
They are great games, but to average it out, I'll put them in B. Okay, now we have Diamond and Pearl. Now, personally, I love the sprite work on the DS. The soundtrack is second to none. And the environments are some of the most interesting we've seen yet in the series. What do you guys think?
Trash.
You've got to be kidding me.
Wait, Joe, you don't like D&P?
I was about to ask you the same thing, Don.
This is some kind of joke, right? You guys planned this before we started?
Negative. I didn't enjoy these games at all.
Don, that's the smartest thing you've ever said in your entire life.
Well, thanks. Say, Joe, I'm sorry for what I said about your dementia earlier.
Hey, ditto about your presidency. I was just joking around.
Hold up. You guys can't be serious.
Ken, D-tier garbage. I'd rather play Pokemon Yellow.
I'm going to take that a step further. This is F tier. The routes are endless, unknown, or pointless once again, and there are 8, count them, 8 HM moves.
There were 8 HM moves in Gen 3, and at least one of the 3 water ones have now been replaced.
Let's not forget there were no fucking fire types, a type which is almost crucial in this generation.
Don, what kind of whore crack are you smoking? There were plenty of fire types in this game.
Before the post-game, numb nuts.
Still plenty.
Oh, Barry,
Name
you
three.
couldn't be more wrong.
Name 3.
The entire Chimchar line.
That counts as one. It's not like you get to use all 3 at once.
Okay, then there's Ponyta into Rapidash.
Yeah, and...
There's Houndoom.
Nope, not until you get the Poke Radar in the post-game, and it's Pearl exclusive anyway.
Well, there's Magmar.
Only if you evolve it from Magby or trade it from Leaf Green or XD, and you can't do either of those until the post-game.
Wait, really?
Really?
What about Torkoal?
Route 227 and Stark Mountain, both post-game.
But there's Growlithe.
You need the National Dex and Fire Red inserted into the GBA slot, so you can't even do this with a DSi or a 3DS.
Terrible design.
I swear I had a Growlithe in one playthrough.
You didn't, Barry? Beat it.
Sorry, Barry.
Well, okay, that is kind of fucked.
It is, but not as fucked as waiting for a Pokemon with high HP to finish taking their damage.
God, it took forever.
You know how I hate to waste my time.
Oh,
Guys,
believe
that
me.
gets fixed in Platinum?
Irrelevant.
I'm putting these in at least B tier.
No.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Fine, I'll put it in C, but that's that. Moving on to Platinum.
All right, this game fixed a lot of the issues I have with D and P.
You said it, Donnie. We finally have access to more fire types. The box legendary lore is insane, and the distortion world blew my mind.
Agreed on all counts.
You guys are brain dead.
You disagree, Barry?
No, I just don't believe that you hate D&P this much but laud Platinum.
Well, believe it, Barry.
It's a great game, and the physical special split brought so many different types and Pokemon to life.
I agree. Wait, that was already the case in Diamond and Pearl?
Didn't ask. Also, we finally have access to so many more of the newly introduced evolutions of old Pokemon in this game that you couldn't get before the post-game in D&P.
Bingo. And the return of the Battle Frontier from Emerald was a welcome sight.
Why in the fuck didn't you bring that up earlier when we were discussing Emerald?
Oh, I still hate that game, but you know what they say.
This is giving me cancer.
Put it in A tier, Barry, and let's move on.
Yeah.
Fine. Whatever. Okay, next up is Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
It's like I always say.
Don't say it.
You can't
No.
polish
No.
a turd.
Shut the fuck up, Don.
And we're back.
Don is out of his fucking mind if he thinks arguably the best remakes in the series were adapted from bad original games.
Wrong fuckface. Even with a pretty coat of Gen 4 paint on them, they still don't fix all the issues Gen 2 has.
Namely,
Level progression.
skill issue.
Hilariously under-leveled
issue.
trainers and wild encounters up till the
Skill
Elite
issue.
Four. Enjoy your endless grind
That's a
sesh.
skill issue, you orange fuckface piece of shit.
And the problem persists even when you arrive in Kanto.
All a complete non-issue if you're a god gamer. These games are great. They not only look and sound amazing, you have the addition of follower Pokemon. Some areas such as Mount Silver are reimagined, while others were completely new additions, including the Safari Zone and the routes leading up to it.
And the gym redesigns were litty as a titty.
Doesn't matter. I would entertain C tier at the most.
These get S tier easily.
They get C tier or I'm out of here.
Hey guys, take it easy.
They're not C tier just because you couldn't figure out how to wake the sleeping Snorlax without a guide.
I wouldn't be able to figure out how to wake you up even with a guide.
Guys,
Fuck this.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Guys.
It's probably nap time anyway.
guys.
You've activated Dark Brandon, motherfucker. I'm going to go play your copy of Ruby and Softlock myself in Passive Fidlog Town.
Guys, come on.
Joe, I am warning you. I have 5 shinies on that copy. I swear to God.
Guys,
You motherfucker.
I get tired of babysitting sometimes. Okay, are we going to play nicely this time?
I'm sorry, Barry. I was just pretty fucking triggered by Don's shitty take on Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
You blue hairs are all the same. A cold McDonald's fry would trigger you.
Says the beached whale who eats McDonald's every fucking day.
Guys, for the love of Christ, can we finish this list? Okay, up to bat is black and white. Where should these games go?
These games are top of A tier. They were some of my favorite games growing up.
Growing up, didn't know black and white were released in the Mesozoic era, Joe.
Yeah, I wasn't listening. Anyway, Black and White's fully animated sprites blew my mind. The ability to use TMs infinitely was a great design choice, and it has the most compelling narrative in the entire series.
I didn't love these games as much as most people, but even I can't deny that they are objectively great entries. Some of the Pokemon designs were trash, though, like literally trash. Like Trubbish was actually just trash.
Don, we get
Don,
it.
you've got your nostalgia blinders on. Everyone gives Gen 1 designs a free pass because we're so familiar with it. Like, do you ever sit back and think about those designs? A Pokeball, a pile of eggs? One of them is just a snake, and its name is literally snake backwards.
Wait till you hear what muck is backwards.
Jesus Christ, Donald.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Anyway, this generation probably has the most post-game content since Gen 2, and it's actually well designed, so I'd feel bad putting it any lower than B tier.
For once I'm with you both on something, I'll break the tie and put them solidly into A tier. All right, next we have Black and White 2. The first expansions to also be official sequels.
It's kind of hard to judge these games as though they were expansions. They almost feel like entirely new games on their own.
Okay, I have to put my foot down on this one.
Oh, here we go again with this shit.
Yeah. I already know what you're going to say. You start on a brand new route. There are numerous new locations. There are gym redesigns. And all I have to say to that is, so what? It's nothing we haven't seen before. The original Black and White were B tier for me, and I think the sequels belong there as well.
What a load of malarkey.
That is a hot take, Donnie.
Nothing we haven't seen before. That is actually the stupidest thing you've ever said, Don, even for you.
Oh, bite me, Brandon.
How many times have you even played these sequels, Don?
Oh, numerous times.
Uh-huh. And the champion's name is?
Alder.
Oof.
I knew it.
He's got you there, Donald.
I knew you didn't even fucking play it. You're less qualified to assess the quality of these games than you were to be the president of the United States.
Okay, I admit it, I skipped out on them, but so what? It was all more of the same anyway.
Okay, Don is banned from voting on this one since he hasn't played it, so we'll vote A tier for him.
Wouldn't be the first time your party used fraudulent votes.
Don't worry, Don. I'm keeping the Oval Office chair warm for you.
Anyway, between me and you, Joe, these are some of the most impressive games in the series, and I think they are an easy S tier.
I couldn't agree more.
Stop the count!
Moving on, we have Pokemon X and Y. Now, these are the first titles on the Nintendo 3DS. We've made the awkward shift from sprite work to 3D models. What did you guys think?
To be honest, I was pretty harsh on these games upon release. But hindsight is 20/20, and when compared to successive titles, I actually look back on these entries rather fondly. I would slide them into the bottom of A tier.
I'm rather surprised to hear you say that, Don. Tell us more.
Oh, I could wax nostalgic for days on these. These games introduced Mega Evolution, which is still the coolest gimmick yet. If you use the joystick to move, your character busts out rollerblades, a tremendous variation on running shoes, of which you know I'm fond. Sylveon is the best evolution, period. No arguments. And the most impressive location we've seen yet in all of Pokemon Lumio City is based off of Paris, one of the most gorgeous American cities the world has ever seen.
Paris is in France, Donald.
Oh, and one of my favorite parts of the game. You remember that construction worker in town who tells you can't go any further until the blackout is fixed, and then you fix it and he still won't let you pass? Game Freak's decision to base a character off of Lion Ted is probably one of my favorite design choices of all time.
Astute observation, my friend.
In spite of some of the new additions and improvements, these games are the epitome of mid-Pokemon titles. Between the XP share, which is earned after only one badge and affects your entire team, and Pokemon Amy bonuses, the difficulty level is laughably low. Not to mention there are NPCs who give you a free Lucario and a Kanto starter. These games are so easy, even Melania could beat them.
I'll grant you she's not the sharpest tool in the proverbial shed, but she's a lot easier on the eyes than Jill.
Didn't ask.
All right, I share most of your sentiments concerning these games, gentlemen. Not the strongest entries and perhaps not a promising direction for the series, but they do hold up as solid games regardless. Let's go with the middle of C tier.
Sounds good.
That'll work for me.
Okay, next we have Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Just go ahead and put these into the S tier, Barry. You already know I'm a simp for Hoenn.
These are literally just a super easy version of Ruby and Sapphire. And adding something called the Delta episode doesn't magically make these games any good, Don.
Delta, Gamma, they could call it whatever they want. I'm still the Alpha anyway.
I gotta say, they really nailed it with the remix soundtrack on this one.
Damn straight, Barry. This is the only game for which I also went out and bought the soundtrack separately.
And I can't be the only one who was mind blown the first time he used the Eon flute and got to fly around the region on a Mega Latios.
That's what I thought was going to happen when I first got flying Pokemon Red. Imagine my disappointment.
We don't have to imagine you being a disappointment, Joe.
Someone's projecting.
Guys, the list.
S tier.
They're slightly better than the originals, even though they're way easier. I'd settle for B tier.
And I think they go in A, so we'll place them between Platinum and Crystal. All right, now we come to Pokemon Sun and Moon. These games mark some significant changes to the franchise. What do you guys think?
These are my favorite games after Gen 3. I had a ton of fun with the Island Trials, which replaced the standard gyms. Ride Pokemon in place of HM moves is the most important quality of life update to the series by far. And the removal of the grid system allowed you full 360-degree motion, increasing the immersiveness of the game. My vote is S tier.
Don, you manic fuck, you've given almost more votes to S tier than you have tax cuts to large corporations. Are you forgetting the century worth of unskippable tutorials and cutscenes in these games? Or the incessant hand-holding and low difficulty level?
Are you just reading this shit off of Reddit, Joe? I swear to God, these are the only complaints I ever hear about these games. No one ever bemoans the narrative, the design, the music, nope. But let's tear it to shreds over a few tutorials. If the only thing keeping you from enjoying these games is having to learn how to play it, that's a you problem.
Don, to Joe's credit, many of the older games operated just fine with only a fraction of the time spent teaching you how to play.
Yeah, I didn't listen to any of that. If the most important aspects of the game aren't even a point of contention, they must be pretty damn good games. And a real gamer turns the XP share off for their playthrough to mitigate the low difficulty level.
It shouldn't even be possible to have that thing on.
Giving players the option is the best design choice, and you know it.
You make a compelling argument, Donald.
I might be a bit biased, but I simply didn't enjoy these entries as much as others. Z moves were a lame gimmick, and the SOS call for help feature made battles drag on in perpetuity. They are B tier for me.
S tier.
I think they're B tier for me as well, but it's rare to hear Don have such coherent reasoning on something. I'm afraid I've been swayed into A tier.
Attaboy, Barry.
My ass has made sounds that are more coherent.
That's because you spend so much time talking out of it, Joe. Put it in A, oh bummer.
Okay, I deserve that. Now, as for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I think it's safe to say they go immediately in front of Sun and Moon, but no further. These did very little to change the originals at all, and most of the additional content is locked up in the post-game. The average player should skip the originals altogether and simply play the Ultra titles instead.
Agreed on all counts.
All right, next is another pair of remakes, and
Hey guys, what you doing?
we're ranking the Pokemon games.
Ooh, which one is next?
We're on Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Hey, how about Pokemon Let's Go to the polls?
Thank Christ.
I fucking hate when she comes in
Thank
here.
God she left.
Oh, she didn't leave. I kicked her.
Hell yeah, Barry.
Who the fuck let her into this server?
Damn straight. She wasn't even a president.
How did she even sign up for Discord? Her verification email would have gotten deleted along with all her other emails.
Ha ha, good one, Joe.
Thanks, Don.
Okay, let's get back to these games. So these are officially remakes of Pokemon Yellow.
Don't even put these on the list, Barry.
Don, you are tripping.
I would rather snort coke off of Garbodor's ass crack than play these games. Wild encounters aren't battles anymore. They're modeled off of Pokemon Go encounters. The motion control Pokeball throw mechanic only works half the time. The game has an XP share for your entire party, which you cannot turn off, making your entire team immortal in a very short time. Plus, you still cannot evolve your starter, which is infuriating.
To be fair, these games were intended to introduce a younger audience to the series.
Yeah, and so were the original Gen 1 games, and they never had this level of hand-holding.
Game design philosophy changes over time, Don. Given the intended audience, I'm willing to give these games a pass. They filled their purposive roles. Plus, it was a pleasant surprise to see wild Pokemon roaming around in the overworld before you encounter them.
Say, Don, weren't you the one complaining about the lack of interesting environments in this region before? What about now?
That is the only credit I will give these games. They finally took the Kanto region and made it absolutely gorgeous. Seeing the lighting pouring through the cracks of the canopy in Viridian Forest was mesmerizing, for instance. But pretty graphics do not a good game make. These are a rare F tier for me.
Spoken like a true degenerate. I think they go in C tier, all things considered.
C does feel right to me as well.
I don't like it, but I will respect the fact that I'm outnumbered.
If only you always respected the democratic process.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
We'll go with the bottom of C tier. Next up is Sword and Shield, marking a new generation. These games are set in the Galar region, which is based off of the United Kingdom. There's a lot of rich culture and history in play here between the castles, the punk subculture, and even the house music in the gym battles. What are your takes, gentlemen?
I'm going to be honest, I didn't really like these. I can admit they are probably the most visually beautiful games to date, but even that doesn't save them from their flaws. Towns feel empty or not well fleshed out. Hammerlock City has an entire castle which you can't even enter. Even Pokemon X and Y had more content than these games.
I didn't care for them either, Joe. The routes were too linear, hindering a sense of exploration. The raids were slow and boring. Dynamaxing was a disgrace.
A ham planet like you didn't enjoy Dynamax Snorlax? That's a fucking shock.
Joe, that was uncalled for.
It's all right, Barry. Dementia makes him say the darndest things. He probably thought he was talking to Taft or something.
Anyway, it's true that these games were a bit lackluster. But I've got to say, the wild area is some of the most fun I'd had in a Pokemon game in a long time.
That part truly was pretty fun, I agree.
See, he already forgot he hates these games. This country is fucking doomed. But anyway, the wild area doesn't change my mind about the on-the-nose box legendary designs, half of the entire Pokemon roster being cut out, and XP share being permanently turned on. And don't get me started on how hideous the animations are. Easy D tier overall.
I would say B tier, but the paid DLC for me was an ill taste. That content should have been part of the original games or made into its own expansion game as a whole.
I'm with Don for once. These are D tier.
Say no more. D tier. All right, next up is Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Now, I know you guys didn't care for the original Diamond and Pearl, but I felt like this remake was a bit of a slap in the face. Between the chibi art style, the broken affection system, and poor movement design, these felt like minimalist reskins and thus huge missed opportunities. What are your thoughts?
It was pretty cool, yeah.
Shut the absolute fuck up, both of you.
2 words. The Underground. It's no longer just a useless wasteland locked behind Wi-Fi connectivity features. It was thoroughly thrilling to explore and see what sorts of Pokemon and items I could encounter.
You said it, Joe. These games look tremendous. I loved cruising through the routes in all their HD glory, and the availability of more Pokemon before the Elite Four than in the originals was a welcome surprise.
I'm about to check you both into a mental institution after these takes. These remakes were adaptations of Diamond and Pearl, which you both hated. Nearly all of the quality of life improvements in Platinum were not implemented.
Don, what's he on about?
I don't know, Joe. I didn't listen to any of that. Barry, you ought to love these games. There's free health care in every Pokemon Center.
There's free health care in every Pokemon game.
Didn't ask. I say we put these right in front of Platinum.
At least put them in B tier so I can sleep tonight.
I don't think you need to worry about that, Joe. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
It's all good, buddy.
These aren't going any higher than C. I'm putting my foot down. Anyway, now we come to a very unique entry in the series with Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Oh man, this game brought the series right back to life. After a couple mid-games in a row, suddenly the Poke powers that be bestow this masterpiece upon us.
Now wait just a minute, Joe. This isn't even a true main series game. There are no gyms, no badges, and no Elite Four to blaze through. It's just a bunch of large, empty areas with Pokemon in them and a couple fetch quests. How can you even call this a true Pokemon game?
Don, you shouldn't be so anti-innovation. It's how we progress as a society.
Oh, were you being innovative when you shut down the Keystone XL pipeline?
Some of us keep our campaign promises, Don.
Nope.
And I don't know how many times I have to explain to you that processing Canada's shit-tier crude oil for China does nothing for the American oil industry. But go ahead and keep putting those fucking I did that stickers on gas stations. I bet that'll lower the prices.
Guys, try to stay on topic for more than 2 seconds, please.
Sorry, Barry. Anyway, fighting the nobles was incredibly fun. They were reminiscent of a Souls-like boss fight, and while not nearly as difficult, I enjoyed the action of timing my dive roll to dodge their assaults while pelting them with bombs. And speaking of action, being able to custom aim and throw Pokeballs in order to catch Pokemon was an absolute blast.
I concur, Joe. These games were innovative, but without straying too far from the main formula. Pokemon battles remain pretty standard. You raise and evolve your Pokemon, and you still got to catch them all.
Especially if you ever want to catch Arceus, and man, that is a tough fight.
Didn't get that far, wouldn't waste my time filling my Pokedex in a game like this. I couldn't stand half of the characters, the graphics were glitchy, and it had probably the most vanilla plot in the series, and that's saying something.
How would you know that, Don? Everyone knows you can't read.
I can read. I am a great reader. In fact, I am probably the best to ever read. I can even read unknown, Joe. Did you even find the hidden unknown text in the post-game that spelled out the mysterious word Ligma?
What's Ligma?
Ligma, motherfucker.
Donald, enough. Where's this going?
D tier for me.
This game is A tier.
Don has a few valid points to make, but this is an S tier game for me, so we're putting it in A. All right, I can't believe we've actually come to the last game, so wait.
Barry, where the hell is the game?
I guess the original maker of this tier list didn't update his shit.
What a lazy ass clown.
It's all right, we can make do. And there we are. Where should we put Scarlet and Violet?
Now, I'll tell you, I really had a good time with these games.
Fucking figures Don would like the worst games in the series.
Hold on, let's hear him out.
Freedom to roam. You could go nearly anywhere from the outset, and it didn't take much to unlock surfing or gliding, allowing you to traverse new areas which were cleverly designed to be unavailable until then.
That's great and all, but are we not going to talk about all the glitches? This game had more bugs than Stormy Daniels.
Hey, leave her out of this. She's a nice lady.
There's evidence all over the internet of minor to major bugs present in the game after release. Hell, it's been 4 months, and we still don't have an update to address it. Not to mention, halfway through the game, you become immortal since trainers and wild Pokemon levels don't scale with your team. And Lake Casaroya ran at about 4 FPS max.
Slow processing speeds? You should have felt right at home there, Joe.
That's very funny, but not as funny as you consciously defending a bad, broken game.
Look, I enjoyed the movement mechanics and exploration of the game. It's one of the more fun games in the series to just drive or glide around and see what you can find. Scarlet and Violet are a fine new direction for the series, though they perhaps lack a lot of the polish of past entries.
And I got to say that Area Zero was an astounding location, just beautiful, tremendous, though I often wonder what inspired the name.
Probably your total IQ.
Ever the comedian, Joe? You know, there is a lot to like about Zero. It's a great score in golf, for instance.
That thing you did your entire presidency?
And let me tell you, you have your ones, your twos, your threes, and so on. But in my bank account, I like to have a lot of zeros after that. Except for Ron DeSantis. He is a zero I do not like.
On that, we can agree. Anyway, I'm going to vote F tier for this game.
I'd like B tier personally, even though that Sui-kun paradox form looks stupid as fuck.
Though I had a lot of fun with them, these games do have a lot of flaws. I think D tier is acceptable until some of that can be addressed.
Wow, we did it.
I can't believe it.
It was a lot of fun, gentlemen.
Thanks for organizing this, man.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
No problem. So what do you guys think the future holds for this series?
It's hard to say, Barry. Are we getting a Pokemon Legends Celebi next? A Pokemon Let's Go Johto? A Gen 5 remake?
It's too soon to tell, but one thing is for sure.
And what's that, Joe?
Whatever we get, it'll change everything. Technology is constantly evolving. It's a whole new world we live in.
That's for sure. Wait, you aren't...
Ah, yes, and a whole new way to see.
Guys, please.
And a whole
Guys, stop.
new
This is making
place
me cringe.
with a brand new attitude.
Guys, come on.
But you've still got to catch them all.
Worst thing I've ever heard in my life. I love you, shitheads.
Love you too, Barry.
There's no way you actually believe what you're saying.
Explorers of Darkness has a better soundtrack. I am
No,
not
it
going to
doesn't.
say it again.
Explorers of Time has
You're
the superior
wrong, Joe.
music. End of discussion.
Wrong.
Guys, what are you arguing about?
Don thinks the music of Explorers of Darkness is better than Explorers of Time, which is the most absurd thing I've heard all day.
It figures Joe would like Explorers of Time better. He's been alive for more of it than anyone else.
Guys, those games have the exact same soundtrack. Now, I have an idea. Assuming you both know more about these games than you appear to, let's rank every Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game.
Okay, Barry.
All right, let's do
Sounds
it.
good.
We'll start off with Red Rescue Team. This was the final Pokemon game to ever be released for Game Boy Advance, and it marks the start of a new spin-off series for the franchise.
I absolutely adore this game, Barry. Instead of giving Pokemon orders, you are the Pokemon. And if that weren't enough, the soundtrack is chock full of bangers. There's not a single player who didn't feel the epic, foreboding atmosphere of the Mount Thunder theme as they climbed to its peak. This is an A-tier game for me.
Now just hold your horses,
Oh,
Joe.
here we fucking go again.
The remodeling of the team base arc is the least fun I've ever had in a Pokemon game. Yeah, keep revisiting Uproar Forest for a chance to find a chestnut to feed these incompetent apes.
Oh, it's just a skill issue,
so that
Dom.
they'll finally renovate your home, except you're far more likely to run into a game-ending monster house that makes me want to launch my Game Boy Advance into the wall.
Your cabinet was the only monster house I ever had a problem with.
Real hysterical, Joe. The game is still bad.
Wrong. It was a fantastic idea. Seamlessly interweaving Pokemon with the roguelike RPG genre only gave us more ways to enjoy an already thriving series. The story is better than any of the mainline games. It's impossible to describe the real sense of suspense and dread the Fugitive arc imposes on the player.
It's also refreshing to be able to play as all the different Pokemon themselves. And while combat is still turn-based, the battles take place in your immediate surroundings rather than in a separate encounter, making it almost feel like the action is happening in real time.
It figures you clowns would have Gen 1er takes on these games. Just like Gen 1, it's a weak start to the series. You have to wait for the formula to be refined before it's worth bothering with these games, ladies and gentlemen.
I bet you had to have your team call for help in every dungeon, Don.
Yeah, just like you call for help from your hospice care hospital bed, Joe. Oh no, where am I? How did I get here?
You'll be asking that same question when you wake up naked on the floor of the prison showers with a black eye and a sore anus.
Can we take it down a notch, guys?
My bad, Barry. I really do love this game, though. I would put it in the A tier.
D tier easily. The game is too short, the dungeons are repetitive and get old after about 10 floors. Recruiting is weird, sometimes way too hard, as with legendaries, for instance. And the limit on how many party members you can bring with you is lame.
I respect the effort put into this first entry, but I have to agree with Donald that the abundance of flaws drag this one down. My vote is B tier, but only because the narrative-driven style saves it. Next up is Blue Rescue Team. Now, this is roughly the same game, but with a few notable differences. This one was designed for the Nintendo DS, and it takes advantage of the new features such as having a map on the second screen and stylus support. Furthermore, the sound design is noticeably different. Between these two games, you have essentially two different versions of the same soundtrack. What do you guys think?
It's like you said, Barry, it's practically the same game. Put it right in front of Red Rescue Team.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Excellent. Moving on. Now we have Explorers of Time and Darkness. The differences between these two are also negligible. We have a few items and Pokemon exclusive to each game. What are your takes, gentlemen?
I'm just going to say it right now. These games have the best soundtrack in all of gaming.
As much as I hate to credit anything that comes out of Donald's empty fucking head, that is a take with which I can fully get on board.
It really is legendary, there can be no doubt. Between the Zen masterpiece that you hear on the beach, the groovy Brine Cave bop, and the riveting fight to the Finnish musical mayhem while battling Dialga, there is not a single dull oral moment here.
Now, with that said, I think we better point out the obvious. The story here is overrated.
You forgot to say you were capping.
Unlike you, sleepyhead, I never forget.
An elephant never forgets, fat ass.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Guys, please.
Barry, could you stop playing mediator for a second and tell this illiterate hillbilly that this is peak narrative?
I have to agree with Joe that this is as strong as stories get in the series, and it's a high bar.
You guys are the most easily entertained apes if you think a couple on-the-nose twists and betrayals are good writing. Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Can you explain your reasoning, Donald?
A couple of inexperienced nobodies joins a guild and starts taking down hardened criminals with literally zero training.
Sounds like your average American police officers to me.
And what the fuck was up with the expedition to Fogbound Lake?
You mean one of the most exciting parts of the game?
I mean the fact that the guild enlisted every member to go rather than putting together a task force of elite guild members. It's just more of this participation trophy bullshit that is ruining America.
Sounds like a good learning experience for the entire guild.
Yeah, inclusivity, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, then there's the multiple examples of Deus Ex Machina, where the only thing driving the plot is the player character's random psychic dizzy spells.
It isn't random, you fucking bonobo. The player can see visions of the past and future. It's literally a nod to the narrative motif of time. Dialga, the final boss, is the temporal Pokemon. Time gears are being stolen. Honestly, if I didn't already know you were this fucking dense...
Yeah, no one's listening to your diatribe about the story in a children's game, Joe. You probably thought the Dusk Noir reveal was a good twist. Anyone who didn't see that coming a mile away should be committed.
You probably spoiled it for yourself, Don. He was a mysterious figure when he appeared, but the fact everyone and their mother had heard of him as a legendary explorer muddied the waters a bit. It was perfectly reasonable to remain uncertain until we learned more about him.
It was a well-earned plot twist, due in no small part to Dusk Noir being a phenomenal character.
Barry, you only like Dusk Noir because his name literally means black twice.
Jesus Christ,
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
What? It's just an observation. I'm not racist. In fact, I'm the least racist person I know.
So you know almost as many people as taxes you paid last year.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Okay, let's get to the vote. This game is S tier for me.
Likewise.
Best I can do is B tier. Let's not forget the procedurally generated dungeons get bland after a certain amount of time.
Don, you have more hours in Skyrim than any other game on Steam. I don't want to hear you complain about procedurally generated dungeons.
Okay, let's say it's the top of A tier. With that in mind, Explorers of Sky is an automatic S tier for the additional content, including new dungeons, music, and side stories.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I can't deny it does nothing except improve darkness and time.
All right, our next game is Gates to Infinity, the first iteration on the 3DS.
Ah, yes, 3DS. In other words, the game is 3D and it belongs in S tier.
I swear to God, I'm about to leave the call.
Hold on, Joe. Let's hear him out.
It's simple. This game has the best narrative in the series. You still have the classic tale of friendship between you and your partner. They don't want to alienate dedicated fans, but this is the only game in the series with a universal message, a fable, if you will.
Oh, let me guess. Guns don't kill people.
Joe, don't start.
The message is that negativity starts small, but once ignited, spreads like wildfire, self-kindling. Think about it. People are naturally attracted to negativity. In the fake news media, bad news sells faster. Or take a look at the average YouTube channel. I'll bet top 10 worst videos do a lot better than top 10 best. It's toxic, poisonous.
I knew there was a heart in there somewhere, Donald, but this is completely unexpected.
Are you fucking kidding me, Donald? You honestly expect us to be touched by this cringe Marvel trope?
Joe, weren't you the one sucking Dusknoir off earlier? They made him evil because he looks like an evil character. In this game, they subvert expectations by sacrificing such superficial characterizations.
Uh-oh, Don's reading out of the thesaurus again.
Joe.
At first, Munna appears to be a good character and Hydreigon bad, only to have the script flipped later on. The juxtaposition between characters' looks and personalities was brilliantly deceiving. And therein lies another lesson. Don't judge a book by its cover.
I didn't know you had all this motivic rumination in you, Donald. I was going to give this game a C, but I feel compelled to move my vote to B on your argument alone.
Now hold on just a fucking minute.
All right, let's hear what grave remarks the Crypt Keeper has for us.
First off, the narrative is fine, nothing special, and certainly not better than the first two games.
Wrong.
Second, there is a multitude of design decisions that are detrimental to the game.
Didn't ask.
You could take multiple jobs at once in previous titles, but now you can only take one, slowing the game's pace to a crawl.
Not listening.
Further, there are only 5 playable characters, far fewer than ever before, and only 144 total Pokemon are even present in the game.
Yeah, well, Vaporeon is in the game, enough said.
Okay, you might have a point there, Don.
Officer, I swear I don't know these people.
The final boss wasn't even a Pokemon, though.
Which is an unexpected and interesting development.
You could be describing an STD with that statement.
They're raising the bar, Joe.
The only bars you need to worry about are the ones you'll be behind.
Okay, serious question. How are we still going to do these if Donald goes to prison?
I'm not going to prison, you asshats. I'm innocent. Just like Hitler, I did nothing wrong.
Right. Okay. Anyway, I'm good with B tier.
This is a below-average game in the series, and it belongs in D tier. There was hardly even a post-game.
Wrong again, Brandon. Put it in S, Barry.
B is the median, so that's where it will go.
This is criminally underrated.
You would know all about being a criminal, wouldn't you?
No one's been sentenced yet, but maybe you napped through that part. And if I belong in prison, you sure as hell do too for your fuck-up with Afghanistan.
Guys, let's be civil.
And don't think I've forgotten about you, Barry. Shouldn't you be serving a sentence for arming ISIS?
Ironic how you derided my strategy for taking down ISIS, and then ended up just arming more Syrian rebels and dropping more bombs than I ever did.
The fuck I did?
The fuck you did.
I made ISIS was.
Hey guys, come on now, let's get back to the list.
You're right. Thank you, Joe. I don't know why I took the bait on that one. Anyway, we now arrive to Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. It's almost like the Mario team was responsible for naming this one.
New Super Ultra Pokemon Mega Mystery Dank XL Dungeon Deluxe DX HD Remaster.
Their naming conventions are ridiculous to say the least.
Indeed, but regardless, this is my favorite game in the series.
Wait, we're not going to talk about both of them?
Both for what? Oh, wait a minute, I'm not falling for that again.
Don, you already know there's only one game, just like Gates to Infinity when they stopped doing the matched pairs. Anyway, this is my favorite for several reasons. Your partner is the best written character in the entire series, for instance. Rather than being a Gary Stu, they have a distinctive, multi-dimensional personality. Also, the emphasis on strategic item use rather than move spam made for a unique experience. Finally, the game features an incredible soundtrack. Lush Forest and Foreboding Forest right at the beginning, both phenomenal pieces of music.
Hold on, Barry, are we not going to talk about the broken-ass connection orb mechanic? You have access to a level 50 Salamence not far into the game, way above your team's current levels. On top of that, the job system is too linear, and you run out before long.
That's because nobody wants to work anymore, Joe.
Peddle your debunked nonsense all you want, Don.
Look, Joe, any seasoned player will optimize the fun out of a game if given the chance. It's up to you whether you do it or not. Besides that, though, don't forget how you can visit the continents on which the previous 3 games are set.
You can't even return to any old locations, though. They might as well have been completely unfamiliar continents we were visiting.
True, but the towns placed in these continents were a treasure to explore. Plus, you saw some returning characters such as Swanna from Gates and Corphish from Explorers. The way the writers connected these continents into one universe gave me a sense of awe, as though we had only cracked the surface on what could be discovered.
I gotta go with Barry on this one. Super Mystery Dungeon definitely stepped up its game. The story doesn't employ any lazy time skips, and there are numerous dungeons to explore. I think I even found Joe in the Fossil Excavation Dungeon.
Hilarious. Anyway, I think this is the weakest game in the series. It's F tier for me. The story is weak. The The gameplay being focused on items rather than moves means that your success relies too much on RNG, and the graphics didn't even improve much over Gates. I barely remember this game.
I'm surprised you remember any of these games, Joe.
I'm surprised you like this game, Don. Isn't it a bit too hard for you?
I thought it'd be a bit too hard for Jill last night, too, but nope, she kept me nice and soft just as I expected.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Guys,
And
Blah,
she
blah,
said,
blah,
Don,
blah,
are you
blah,
not
blah,
feeling
blah,
all right?
blah, blah,
And I looked her
blah,
dead
blah,
in the
blah,
eye and
blah,
said,
blah,
skill
blah.
issue.
Blah,
And then
blah,
she
blah,
got up to
blah,
make
blah,
me a sandwich, and
blah,
I gave her a
blah,
20
blah,
for it
blah,
because
blah,
I don't need
blah,
a
blah,
goddamn
blah, blah,
handout
blah,
like the
blah,
rest
blah,
of you
blah.
commies.
Yeah, all of that probably did happen, except it was with a guy named Putin.
You
come on,
take
guys,
that
we're
back.
almost done.
I will not.
Okay, this one will go in right behind Gates. Finally, we come to Rescue Team DX for Nintendo Switch. This one is a remake of the original Red and Blue Rescue Team games.
The watercolor art style was hideous.
Shut the fuck up, Don. They were beautiful reimaginings of important scenes in the game.
They were a bit jarring to the main art style of the game, but I thought it was an aesthetically cute approach.
I didn't like it.
No one asked. This game took the originals and made them way more approachable. There's an average difficulty level, but it really spikes up in the post-game. Move sets have changed around, the graphics are gorgeous, and wherever the originals lacked polish, this remake picked up the slack, and I love the remade soundtrack.
It's true, the music did slap.
I think this is a solid contender for A tier.
C tier?
I agree, Barry put it in A.
Sorry, Don, you've been overruled.
I'm just glad the list is over. These spin-offs aren't that good anyway. IGN was right all along, except for my beloved Gates, of course.
Whatever you want to believe, Don. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go hang out with Candace.
Candace?
You mean like the ice gym leader from Sinnoh?
No, the other Candace.
The fuck, Barry? Are you cheating on Michelle? Who is Candace?
Can this dick fit in your mouth, Joe? Got him.
Oh, sure, that's real mature. You really are the grown-up here, Barry.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist, Joe.
I could see you coming a mile away, Barry. I was just waiting for Joe to bite.
I'm always the butt of the goddamn joke.
All in good fun, my friend, all in good fun.
Hey, are we going to talk about that piece of shit that was released as WiiWare?
Not a chance, Donnie.
Okay, guys, thanks for coming over to help.
No problem, buddy. We'll get you through this game.
Yeah, we got your back. Now pick a name. Go on, Joe. Pick a name.
Right. Okay.
Joe Fusho?
Joe Show.
Hey, Joe Fosho, why the fuck are you using a mouse? Have you even played this game?
I always use a mouse and keyboard for Dark Souls.
That explains why you need our help. Pick up that controller right there. Go on.
Pick the thief class, Joe. It comes with the master key.
Okay, and then I'll take the black fire bombs.
That'll work.
Give him a fat ass, Joe.
I'll give the guy a tiny head like Don.
Hilarious, Joe. That's peak comedy right there, that is.
You forgot the sex, Joe.
He's a bit too old for that, Barry.
Don.
Okay, start already. Let's go.
Okay, I'm going. All right, I'll show you guys what I can do so far.
You got this, buddy.
And we'll take a brief look at Donald's grandfather.
Lol.
Why the fuck am I even here to help?
It's all right, fat ass. I'm just messing with you.
Okay, so you're just going to skip this and go around.
No, I'll just throw these at him.
I knew it. I knew you were just going to use lame exploits.
It's a valid strat, Don.
What the hell are you doing? Throw the damn bombs, Joe.
I'm doing
Okay,
it.
just take it easy and make sure to dodge.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck am I watching?
Okay, you've almost got him. Keep going. That's it, Joe. There you go.
You guys are seriously distracting.
I'm just trying to encourage you here.
Way to bomb the pillar, sleepyhead.
I've got this, don't worry.
Attaboy, Joe.
Finally. Christ almighty.
Ooh, I did it.
Joe, you're playing on baby mode and you almost died. That's not something to be proud of.
Hey, take it easy. We're here to encourage him.
Yeah, come on, Don, I'm learning.
Wow. Nice dodge, Joe.
Thanks, Barry.
There's no way in hell you saw that coming. How many times have you played this fucking tutorial?
Well, when I get to Firelink, I don't know where to go, so I always just start a new file and play this area again.
Oh my fucking God.
Please say that was a joke.
Oh my God, dodge the fucking
Don.
Dial up reaction time.
Aha, I got him. Oh.
What the fuck am I watching?
Joe, open the door there. Shortcut back to the bonfire.
Turn the camera. What the fuck is this?
The camera is the hardest boss in this game.
You haven't even made it to any real bosses yet.
Okay, I think I'm ready to leave the area.
Joe, wait.
Are you asleep sitting up, Joe? Why the fuck did you do that?
I wasn't thinking. It's the fastest way out that I know.
Okay, Joe, light the bonfire. Now get that soul right there
Okay.
and go through here and grab this one as well.
Okay, got it.
Okay, be careful here, Joe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab some things.
He's fucking doomed.
Joe, not that way.
Oh, see, I don't know where to go.
It's like watching my mother play. Absolutely fascinating.
Look, man, this game is just too overwhelming.
Come on, here, give me the controller.
Show him how it's done, Donald.
Are you gonna walk into every wall on your way to wherever you're going?
Hey, isn't it about your nap time? Okay, what fucking shields do you have and why aren't any equipped yet?
I don't know how to do that.
Insufficient strength? How the fuck is that possible?
Joe didn't pick up his souls after he died in the asylum.
What do you mean, pick up your souls? What are souls?
Jesus Christ on a cracker. Might as well reset.
It's all right. We'll figure it out.
Hey, check this out. 1 foot in the grave, just like Joe IRL.
Shut the fuck up, Don.
Okay, give the controller back to Joe. Let's make use of that master key and do some skipping around. We'll get you a good build for your playthrough.
Okay, sounds good.
Just go down those stairs here and take the lift at the bottom.
All right.
Cross the bridge here and just make sure not to wake the sleeping undead dragon.
Yeah, and try not to join him either, Joe.
Oh, haha, very funny.
Okay, now just dodge this Drake, go around him on the right side.
Jesus, Joe, you can't even follow basic directions.
Look, I'm trying my best.
Okay, just go ahead and go back down. You'll be there in no time.
All right, sure thing.
And this time when you get to the Drake, make sure you... Joe,
Joe, what in the absolute fuck is going through that head of yours?
You said to go back down.
you already rode the lift down before. You have to call it back.
I can't, Barry. I really can't watch this. It's just tragic.
Joe, why don't we set it down for a minute?
Yeah, I think I need a break anyway. It's time to take my meds.
It's time to uninstall the game, Joe.
Hey, can I show you something real quick, Joe?
I don't know, I'm getting kind of tired.
It'll only take a sec. Look, it's Dawn.
Oh, she's behind bars, just like Don IRL.
Oh, yeah, sure. Laugh it up, guys.
What's up, guys? It's been a while.
Yeah. Look, can we skip the pleasantries? It's nauseating.
Just like most of your takes on these lists.
I just tell it like it is, Joe.
Yeah, just like, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, guys, try to save it for the list. I've got us all set up to talk about our favorite Pokemon spin-off games. First up, we have Pokemon Go. It was 2016, the summer everybody finally went outside. Nintendo made clever use of GPS technology in this release, and it's been a hit ever since. What do you guys think?
Yes, 2016, a year I remember fondly.
You're the only one that does.
Well, we can't count on you to remember it now, can we, Joe?
Shut the hell up, Donald. It's practically common knowledge at this point that your presidency was a dumpster fire.
Anything short of socialism is a dumpster fire to you libtards.
Friendly reminder that the topic here is Pokemon Go, gentlemen.
That's what I was saying. 2016 is a year I remember fondly because I caught a scyther on the golf course one night. Been my buddy ever since.
I do like that you have to physically go out to real locations in order to play this game. It gets people moving and discovering their world.
Absolutely. Furthermore, the ball throw mechanics feel pretty tight. The game has nearly endless content and is still being updated today.
Not to mention the Pokemon models are better looking than any of the mainline games.
100%. Now, with all that said, the AR functionality leaves much to be desired.
I agree,
Yep.
I have that turned off almost always.
True.
And the microtransactions really add up, with some of the costs being nearly criminal.
I can appreciate the hustle.
You probably charge people to use the elevator in Trump Tower.
Don't worry, Joe. I don't charge senior citizens.
We're only a few years apart, you fucking silverback ape.
Anyway, what's your vote for Pokemon Go?
I'd say B tier is fine.
C tier only because this game's existence is what made Crooked Hillary utter that wretched pun on national television.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Okay, C tier it is. Next up is Detective Pikachu. Now, this game tells the story of a talking Pikachu with obvious nods to Sherlock Holmes and a human named Tom Goodman as they team up to investigate the disappearance of Tom's father, Harry Goodman. What did you guys think?
Just put it in D, Obama. The narrative is fine, but the game holds your hand just like you hold Joe's hand to help him cross the street. It's clearly made for children. It's not very memorable. It has no replay value. D tier.
Don probably didn't get very far in this game, just like he didn't get very far in 4th grade. Did you have to have Daddy pay Nintendo to help you through this one, too?
Yeah, wasn't listening. How do you know you've even beaten this game, Joe? With all the time you spend sleeping, it's more likely you dreamt that you played it. Even Brock's eyes are open wider than yours.
That's racist.
Cancel me then, sleepyhead.
I'll cancel your vote instead by insisting this go into the B tier. It was an adorable game. The heart-wrenching story grabs you till the bitter end. The presentation was very anime-like, and I loved how the story took us all over Rhyme City.
I knew you'd like this game set in a utopian pipe dream.
I thought it was a colorful addition to the mystery genre, but perhaps a bit too dumbed down. My vote is C, and that should split the difference here. Next is Hey You Pikachu for the Nintendo 64. This one is fairly divisive, so it should make for a good debate. What are your takes?
This is arguably the worst Pokemon game ever made. The VRU and microphone were garbage. Never listened to a damn word I said.
I guess they recognize and filter out bullshit when they hear it.
If the media did that, your broadcast would be silent, Joe.
Anyway, I felt the microphone was not as responsive as I would hope, and it does ruin the experience for me.
You guys forget this game is made for children. The VRU is calibrated to respond to a child's voice. If you just speak in a high-pitched tone as an adult, it recognizes you fine.
The mic doesn't work, Joe.
That's a skill issue, Donald.
Look, it was pretty thrilling to be able to say out loud, Pikachu, use Thunderbolt, and to have it actually work.
Oh, that was my favorite.
Oh, for sure. Look, if the experience with the mic gimmick was more consistently positive for the average player, it would be a better game overall.
Nah, fuck gimmicks.
Let's stick it in D and move on. Now we're going to give new Pokemon Snap a shot. In fact, let's just compare this one to the original and knock them both out.
Oh, baby, here we go. Gorgeous game, tremendous sequel to one of my childhood favorites. I couldn't believe how good the animation work was.
I'll agree that the original Pokemon Snap was a work of art, but this new one removed nearly all the charm of the original. I love the puzzle aspects of Pokemon Snap. As a kid, the first time I made the electrode explode and revealed the secret passageway from the tunnel to the volcano, my jaw dropped to the floor. With new Pokemon Snap, you just grind for points and then level up the stage and go through it again at night. Such a lazy way of adding content to the game.
It's not the game's fault you couldn't figure out the poses, Joe.
You're a real expert on poses after that mugshot, aren't you, Don?
No mugshot has ever raised $7.1 million. So who's the real winner here, Joe?
Didn't ask.
So I got to agree with Joe on how impactful Pokemon Snap was. After only having the Game Boy titles to enjoy, this was like exploring a zoo of all my favorite Pokemon. Throwing a Pester Ball to knock Charmeleon into the lava and seeing him re-emerge as Charizard was formative to my childhood. That same magic doesn't seem as present in new Pokemon Snap, but both titles are quite enjoyable in their own right. I think A for both, with the original being slightly ahead.
Ain't no way you're putting new Pokemon Snap below the original. This game has infinite replay value. The dynamically changing courses enhance the game rather than pat it down like Joe suggested. And the camera mechanics they added feel realistic and functional. It's an S-tier game and the original is A.
Absurd putting this gem anywhere but S. Pokemon Snap was pivotal and the new one has nothing on it. Original in S, new in C.
Averaging out our votes, here's where these go. Okay, next up is Pokemon Stadium for the Nintendo 64.
This game came out shortly after Pokemon Snap. As if the hype of playing a Pokemon game in 3D wasn't already high, Pokemon Stadium brought all of our dreams to reality. Battling my friends in 3D blew my mind. I loved taking on the gym challenge and being able to use any Pokemon I wanted from the entire roster. I put hours into this game.
Not to mention the mini-games were more addictive than fentanyl. I have such fond memories playing Sushi Go Round. This one is A tier for me.
D tier.
Everything you don't like is fucking D tier.
This is the most disappointing game I've ever played. So there I was, reeling about how good Red and Blue could be if they were made into 3D games with interesting environments to explore. And what do I get? Basically a battle simulator with some cheap knockoff arcade mini games and a Pokemon sticker on the front of the box. All my high expectations dashed in a flash until Gen 3 came to the rescue many years later, of course.
Out of all the asinine takes I've ever heard, this is by far the worst one. For one, you're a fucking idiot if you didn't know what kind of game this was supposed to be. No one said, hey, look out for our very first mainline 3D game coming soon. Your expectations are your own fault. Second, this game set out to bring these Pokemon to life in a 3D format, and that's exactly what it did.
It's a bad game, Joe.
God, people like you really piss me off.
Fuck off, Joe.
Absolutely
Guys,
no
come on.
awareness of the state of the industry.
Literally
just
no one
always
asked.
expecting something that can't be delivered.
I just have standards,
Can't even
that's
appreciate
all.
a good advance in technology. Your misery is your own goddamn fault, and you deserve everything.
God, you're
that's
easy to
coming
please.
You know what? Suck 1,000 dicks.
Okay, easy there, Joe. You can't tell me those 3D animations didn't make you giddy, Donald?
I was too busy being furious that my childhood dreams were crushed. D tier, and the sequel is C tier, only because some of the mini games are actually fun in that one.
There's no mistaking that Pokemon Stadium 2 improves the original in every conceivable way. And if the minigames managed even to entertain smooth-brained Donald, I'd say that propels Stadium 2 to the S tier. Gutsy Golbat was always a blast to play.
There was indeed another level of depth to the minigames in the sequel. My votes also go A and S, respectively. So considering all of our votes, Stadium goes in B and Stadium 2 and A. Now we come to Pokemon Channel for GameCube, which is a spiritual successor to Hey You Pikachu. This was a charming game with a cute soundtrack and relaxing atmosphere. You could surf channels on Oak's television network and visit areas to explore and interact with other Pokemon. What did you guys think?
Meh.
Yeah, it was okay. To say you could explore is a bit misleading, since you could only navigate to fixed areas rather than move around in them. Collecting nice cards was kind of fun, but not well rewarded, and the main quest could be completed in a very short time. Relaxing, sure, but sort of lifeless as well. Flipping the channels sort of felt like a chore.
I always flip the channel when you have a press conference, Joe.
What do you flip it to? Bob the Builder?
Hey, I respect that guy for working hard and building infrastructure, an endeavor which I can assure you is far superior to Build Back Better.
My administration has gone to great lengths to recover the U.S. economy from the damage your twisted, egomaniacal brain has inflicted upon it. Maybe if you shut off Fox News for once, you'd know something about that.
And watch what, Joe? CNN?
Don, the flip the channel on Joe comment was uncalled for. Joe, you get one free attack on Don.
Can I use it on his toupee?
Joe's just jealous that his hair doesn't smell like Updog.
What's up, dog?
Nothing much. How are you?
What? Oh, God damn it.
Jesus Christ, Joe.
It's too fucking easy, Brandon.
I don't know how I always fall for that shit.
Now, guys, let's try to get back to the topic at hand. Can we agree this is a D-tier game at best?
Yes.
Don't care.
All right, we're moving on to Pokemon Ranger. This one is a Nintendo DS game that made heavy use of the stylus, which controlled a weird Beyblade device to capture Pokemon temporarily, that is. I think we can agree this is one of the weaker games in the Pokemon series, right, gentlemen?
No.
Wrong.
Wait, really?
You're high as
Barry,
fuck,
did you
Obama.
even play this? This is one of the best spin-off games in the Pokemon series by far.
Damn right.
And it only gets better with the sequels.
I mean, I could only get through a few missions of the game before my DS couldn't take the stylus abuse anymore.
That's
You
a
really
skill
missed out.
issue,
I'm
you
sorry, I can't
psychopath.
let you do this game, Dirty Barry. I love you and all, but I think you better sit this one out.
Okay, you guys go ahead.
Finally, Joe here sounds more lucid than he has in years.
Then I gotta hand it to you. You usually say the dumbest shit, but I didn't expect you to be a Ranger fan.
Yeah, well, I got good taste. That's one thing COVID couldn't take away from me. Shit was all fake anyway.
Yeah, just like your hair.
Whoop, there it is.
All right, that was good. I'll give it to you.
Thanks, Don. Anyway, this is an easy A-tier game. It was rich in character development and narrative, two key elements that it shares with the Mystery Dungeon games, which we already covered in our previous tier list.
You said it, Joe. The game's a classic, something we likely won't see a remake of due to its reliance on stylus support. I have fond memories of fighting the Charizard in the Challenge of Fire.
Oh, those were good times. God, I miss this game.
And I really got to replay Shadows of Almia. I fucking love the music.
God damn. I mean, the way you guys just talked about this game, I think you may have sold me. Have I really been sleeping on a masterpiece?
Do yourself two favors, Barry. Put this game in the A tier, and then go order yourself a copy before I delete you on Facebook.
All right, gentlemen. See, this is why we do this.
We got your back, Barry.
All right, next up is Pokemon Dash, a racing-style game also for the Nintendo DS. This one was pretty mid, right, guys?
Oh, yeah, this game was scuffed.
Absolute dog water. Wet garbage.
Fairly hideous graphics.
Not to mention the stylus abuse on this one, too. Just one look at a childhood Nintendo DS touchscreen, and you can tell which Pokemon game they grew up playing.
Lines or circles.
I was expecting something more like Mario Kart, and then got this piece of garbage.
Honestly, the police should just arrest anyone they find playing this game out in public.
Well, they won't be able to do that for long since you wanted to fund them. Now will they, jackass?
Man, you really want to instigate today. I have not defunded the police,
You guys
nor
hear
have I
that?
ever expressed interest in doing so. And as much
That's
respect
fake
as
news,
I have for
everyone.
our heroes in blue, I think some common sense reform is in order
gonna
not
keep
only
talking?
to produce more well-trained officers, but also to undo the damage done by the
Look
war
at him
on
go.
drugs.
It's geriatric
and
Joe.
will you shut up, man?
Okay. Well, defunded or not, I think we all belong behind bars if we rate this any higher than an F.
Don belongs behind bars anyway.
See, I see the bait you've tossed me, but Daddy only bites on a super rod.
That's the gayest thing you've ever said, Donald.
And we're moving on. Next is Pokken Tournament DX. We will only be considering the Switch remake for this list, as it is the definitive version.
Fuck yes, I always love a good fighting game. As a massive Street Fighter fan, I couldn't wait to get my hands on this back when it was released for Wii U. The game controls marvelously. The graphics are superb. I really think this is a strong contender for S tier.
Funny you'd mention Street Fighter when this game is clearly more of a nod to Tekken. I mean, just look at the name of the game. Tekken is better than Street Fighter anyway.
Fight me, Brandon.
You just sit on me, Snorlax. Anyway, the seamless transition between 2D and 3D during the phase shift is what keeps me coming back to this game. It keeps things exciting.
Not to mention the character roster is excellent. Who would have expected to see Chandelure or Darkrai in a fighting game like this?
Bingo. I'm good with S tier as well. I think this game is criminally underrated.
Well, it did suffer due to its home console being the Wii U, which, as we all know, was a failure in terms of sales. With some luck, perhaps we'll see a Pokken 2 as a launch title on Nintendo's new 2024 home console. S tier it is. And now we come to Pokemon Troze, a Nintendo DS puzzler in the spirit of Tetris and Yoshi's Cookie. It features adorable chibi versions of our favorite Pokemon, a simple yet addicting style of gameplay, and surprisingly, an adventure mode with a little story to boot. I think I speak for all of us when I say this game would fit comfortably in the A tier.
Hold your horses there, Barry. Have you gone completely insane? Take your nostalgia goggles off for 2 seconds and think about what the fuck you just said.
Yeah, just download Pokemon Shuffle on Android and iOS. It's the same thing, except it's free and actually requires strategizing to achieve combos. Troze is all about getting 4 in a row as fast as you can. Tell me what the hell is the fun in that?
Barry's just mad he couldn't appoint 4 Supreme Court justices in a row.
There are a few ways to trigger me, Don, but I can assure you this is one. Tread lightly, my friend.
I do what I want. Drop this game into the D tier where it belongs.
I told you should have just appointed Garland and not listened to that decrepit Tortoise McConnell.
Joe, don't get me started. I still discuss the trauma frequently with my therapist.
Okay, Al, let's just get back to the game. Unfortunately, I'm with Don on this one. Troze is a bare bones game with a lack of substance or replay value. I don't think we need to spend much more time on it.
The only time I ever cried was when I realized I'd never get back the money I spent on this piece of shit. D tier.
I'll put it in C to appease you guys, but I do think it should be higher. Okay, up next is Pokemon Unite.
Pay to win trash, MOBAs are a blight on the gaming industry. F tier.
Yep, exactly.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, moving on, we have Pokemon Colosseum. Now, this should have been a real treat for Don, who yearned for the ability to explore a 3D world in a Pokemon game.
Let me just say this, easiest S tier on this list, bar none.
Oh, here we fucking go again.
Hold on, let's hear him out.
Colosseum is the ultimate GameCube experience, ladies and gentlemen. The game was mesmerizing, with a vast world to explore, tons of Pokemon and 3D models that were beautiful for the time, and it still holds up today, actually. And
I'm going to stop you right there, Don. XD Gale of Darkness is the superior game. It's the sequel, first of all, coming with dozens of quality of life fixes, such as making the purifying process easier. It's got more Pokemon, more unique shadow moves, and you can catch a Shadow Lugia.
the only good thing about XD is Kaminko's mansion, a gorgeous home that I'd love to see turned into a rental property.
Furthering the economic disparity between the upper and lower class and adding to the housing crisis. How unexpected of you.
Has the lower class ever tried to just stop being poor?
Because of your party, they're poorer than your shit game, Don.
Joe, your game cannot touch Colosseum. My game is grittier, more challenging. It has a better main character who rides a cooler bike.
No, it doesn't.
It's a real proper JRPG.
The fuck it is.
Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness feels like a game for kids.
You're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
You're wrong. Quitsies.
Anti-Quitsies, you're wrong. Quitsies, no anti-Quitsies, no startsies.
You can't do that.
Can too.
Cannot. Stamped it.
Can too. Double stamped it, no erases.
Cannot. Triple stamped it. No erases. Touch blue. Make it true.
No, you can't do that. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. Joe.
Guys, enough!
Don started it.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Nope.
Yep. Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Oh, man, we sure got him good.
That's the best idea we've ever had. I'm high-fiving you over the internet, Don.
Ah!
That'll teach those fuckers to mess with me. And here's where these belong. All right, I don't want to hear anything about where Gale of Darkness and Colosseum ended up after the bullshit you two just pulled.
It's all good. Gale of Darkness is in front of Colosseum, just like it should be.
Our viewers are wiser than that. They understand how false that is.
Cry me a river, Donald.
All right, fellas, I have faith that we can complete this before you two spontaneously combust again. Let's fire things back up with Pokémon Rumble. As it currently stands, this is a 5-game series, starting with the WiiWare release, which was a beat-em-up game featuring toy Pokémon come to life battling in real time through linear dungeons. What did you guys think?
The first one was the best one.
Leave it to Jurassic Joe to say the oldest game in the series is the best.
It's not about the age, Don. It's about how the original Pokémon Rumble had the best features.
I also have the best features.
Don, you look like an overgrown Oompa Loompa got hit by the Oscar Mayer truck and then got trapped in a tanning bed. And the original Pokémon Rumble is still the best.
They just reused models from my Pokémon Ranch to make that game. Lazy. Nothing can top Pokémon Rumble Blast. This was where the story really became involved. The characters were magnificent. The graphics are improved, not to mention the abilities and an increased roster of available Pokemon.
Pokemon Rumble World has an even bigger roster, and it's an even bigger piece of shit than Blast was.
I'll give you that. Rumble World was AIDS.
Especially with the microtransaction model they were trying to run with. For a game that you can actually own on the system, it's absurd to think I would need to pay more to keep playing it.
Hey, that part didn't bother me so much.
Yeah, keep getting small loans of $1 million from Daddy to get premium features on Rumble World.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
It's easy to see then why Rumble Rush, the mobile iteration released on Android and iOS, was so unsuccessful.
That game was shut down less than a year after its release. It lasted about as long as all of Don's successful businesses.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you over the sound of all the zeros in my bank account. But Rush was indeed a shitstorm. That one is D tier.
Agreed.
Yep.
And we'll say World was C tier only because it's still a decent enough game. Now, what about Pokemon Rumble U, the Wii U version?
Mid as fuck, the dungeon exploring mechanic was completely foregone in favor of the snooze fest battle arena system. All of these games are short in content as it is, but this one had to be the biggest waste of money in a box with a Pokemon logo on it.
100% D tier for that one as well.
Excellent. Now we just need to settle the debate over the original and Blast.
Just put Blast in A.
Ain't no way.
It's where it belongs, Joe.
Blast lacked shiny Pokemon, couch co-op, a gotcha machine, and Don lacks the balls to admit it.
Who cares about shinies if there's no good narrative to enjoy?
Now, boys, you both make excellent points. I don't think either of these games are necessarily bad. In fact, if they were somehow merged together with their combined features, it would be the best Pokemon Rumble game. How about we call it a tie between these two and place them in the B tier?
What, B tier?
How the fuck
Come
is
on.
Blast a B tier game?
As fun as some of these can be, there's no such thing as a Pokemon Rumble game that belongs in A or above. My list, my rules.
Well, look who decided to grow some balls.
Yeah, Barry's got balls of coal.
Are you saying his balls are black?
Yeah, what's that supposed to mean?
They're not. I mean, his balls are great, you know. I'm just gonna shut up now.
Fucking weirdo.
All right. Up next is PokePark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure.
This game was so cute. I loved the visuals and music, and I had a ton of fun completing the various attractions in the park to retrieve the pieces of the Sky Prism.
What a joke. This game was so boring, I'm surprised you could stay awake long enough to play any of it.
I'm surprised your cholesterol levels haven't induced a heart attack yet, but I guess the world is full of surprises.
Yeah, like when your mom found out she was pregnant with you and wished she would have pulled out.
Yeah, I was doing back shots on Melania last night.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, Joe.
A real meeting of the minds here.
Barry, you cannot honestly tell me you enjoyed this game.
Look, it's clearly meant for a younger audience. I think it achieves what it set out to do. Some of the events can be repetitive, but the feeling of progression is really nice. And I enjoy how dynamic the park areas can be.
The only thing that's dynamic here is Joe's cognitive function.
Shut the fuck up, Don.
This is a D-tier game at best.
Joe?
This is an A-tier game. It was so unique and exciting playing as a Pokemon in a beautiful 3D landscape. And the sequel, PokePark 2, Wonders Beyond, only raised the bar further. Easy S-tier game.
Wonders Beyond tried to run with a formula that already wasn't working. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You can't polish a turd.
Spoken like a true asshole. Aren't you the one always bitching about not having interesting environments to explore?
Yes, but I want that in a traditional Pokemon game, not this spin-off piece of shit.
This dude can't be satisfied.
Now, Don, you have to take into account the significant upgrades the sequel brought. Between the puzzles, platforming sections, and improved combat mechanics, Wonders Beyond took the formula to a new level.
Exactly. It also had a more structured storyline and finally added multiplayer, which was the icing on the proverbial cake.
The only proverb you need is, thou shalt not put shitty games in the A tier. They're both D tier games. I am putting my foot down.
Please don't do that or you'll shake the ground again.
Fuck off, Brandon.
Anyway, based on our votes, PokePark Wii goes in the B tier and PokePark 2 goes in A. And now we come to Pokemon Puzzle League for the Nintendo 64.
Garbage.
Being garbage at the game doesn't make the game garbage.
The game's garbage, Joe.
You probably fat-fingered all the inputs. This game is insanely fun and challenging, not to mention competitive with the multiplayer features.
Damn straight, Joe. This game is a take on Tetris Attack, where you switch tiles rapidly to make matches and clear lines. And then we have the Game Boy iteration, Pokemon Puzzle Challenge.
Which is also garbage.
I'm going to ignore that. Puzzle Challenge for Game Boy is roughly the same, except it has graphics and features more appropriate for our beloved little handheld. And of course, you could play it on the go.
I played the shit out of Puzzle Challenge while waiting for my dementia checkup appointments.
How do you even remember that, Joe?
I don't know. Wait. Whose memories are these?
Dear God.
Suffice to say that they are both excellent games, but given the concentration on being a Tetris Attack-like puzzle game, the Pokemon elements aren't quite as present as one might want.
Which is exactly the gripe I have with these games.
Leave it to Don to have difficulties with anything puzzle-related.
The only thing I have difficulty puzzling out is how the fuck you are still alive.
I wonder the same thing about you. It's almost heart attack season.
Boys, come on. Where are these going? I'd like to put League in A and Challenge in B.
I think they're both B-tier games. Nothing is really better or worse about either of them, honestly.
They're both going in D tier.
Donald, you know that we take the average of our votes to make this decision. Those are the rules.
Screw the rules. I have money.
Literally no one cares.
Okay, I'll put League in B and Challenge in C. Next up is Pokemon Pinball for Game Boy Color. And let's compare it to Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire for Game Boy Advance while we're at it.
Both were such good games, I don't think I could pick a favorite.
I'm with you on that, Joe.
It's a fun series. There's no mistaking it. But with that said, I think we better address the elephant in the room.
Who? You?
Very funny, dickhead. I'm talking about how superior Ruby and Sapphire Pinball is. First, you have the extended roster with my beloved Gen 3 Pokemon. Second, the graphics are vastly improved. And finally, the camera panning from the top to the bottom of the pinball board makes the experience so much smoother. In the original Pokemon Pinball, the screen would instantly cut between the top and bottom of the board. How the hell are you not supposed to get epilepsy from that shit?
I had no problem with that. It was a clever workaround to address the limitations of the Game Boy Color.
You probably have no problem keeping up with the quick, flashy screens because of all the cocaine you do with your son in the White House.
Donald, the Biden family wasn't even in the area the weekend that the cocaine was found.
Oh, are you his alibi, Barry? You were probably snorting it with him, you fucking crackhead.
That is racist as fuck, to assume that I do crack rather than cocaine just because I'm black.
Oh, for God's sake, I can never just be taken within context.
The fuck do you expect when the context is a racist saying racist things?
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Now, I think Racist Don has a point when he talks about the improvements Ruby and Sapphire Pinball made, but I still quite enjoyed the original title.
Racist Don fails to consider that the Game Boy release already had many of the mechanics that he loves so much about the sequel.
Stop calling me Racist Don. And between the better physics, the introduction of the hatch mechanic, and the beautiful bonus stages, you cannot seriously argue that these games are on the same wavelength.
Unfortunately, I have to agree with Don on that. What tiers are you thinking, gentlemen?
They're both B tier.
Original goes in C, and Ruby and Sapphire goes in A.
I have to agree with Don. Sorry, Joe, you've been overruled.
At least I can respect the democratic process.
Plays unfairly, calls it respecting the democratic process.
Next up is Pokemon Trading Card Game for Game Boy Color. As the title suggests, this is essentially a video game version of the trading card game. It's got that adorable Game Boy aesthetic and is great if you don't have any friends to play the card game with like Don.
Ouch. Don, do you need a sack of ice for that searing burn?
Sure, I can use the ice to preserve your body when I unplug your life support machine, Joe. This game was stellar. This was back when the Pokemon TCG was actually good. I love the feeling of progression in this game, and deck building was a blast.
Silly Don. Nothing is as good as playing the actual card game.
Oh, you mean the world's biggest scam? I love buying boosters and getting no holos.
That sounds like a skill issue to me.
There's something special about touching physical cards, but this tier list only concerns video games, Joe.
The new TCG application Nintendo recently unveiled looks very promising.
Yeah, you get 2 free packs a day. Maybe you'll actually get a holo.
Maybe your head will be even more hollow when I punch you square in the face.
Okay, easy on the threats of violence. This is a B-tier game for me. The AI is dumb sometimes, and your opponents are generally underpowered, but the game is surprisingly balanced as far as how you obtain new cards.
Fuck off with these L takes. This game is A tier. The fact it still holds up today in its original form speaks volumes about its quality.
This game is so boring, Donald. I feel like it takes forever to get through every duel, and I feel myself just wanting to play a traditional Pokemon game instead.
The only thing that's boring is Jill riding on top.
Enough of the wife jokes. Joe, where is this going?
I'd say it's D tier personally.
All right, it will go in B then. And now we ought to address the 2 Pokemon Ranger sequels we missed in the last video, Shadows of Almia and Guardian Signs. And since I haven't personally played any of them, I leave the debate to you two.
Oh, Shadows of Almia is the better game. Don't even try to argue that, Joe.
While I can credit that game with improving on the tedious capture combo mechanic of the original, Guardian Signs took everything to the next level. The legendary signs, the story, the music, everything about it was top tier. You could fly around the region, unlike in your pathetic excuse for a game.
Joe, Shadows of Almia had better music, big partner variety, and a better narrative with a better twist.
Don, your troglodyte brain cannot wrap itself around how superior Guardian Signs was.
Pretty ironic to have you, of all people, compare me to a fossil.
Don, a troglodyte is a cave dweller. You're thinking of a trilobite, the state fossil of Ohio.
Don's the state idiot of New York.
And you're the state cadaver of Delaware.
Okay, come on, guys, let's hear your votes.
S tier.
I don't suppose you're going to budge on that either, so I guess they're both S-tier games. Let's proceed, gentlemen. Next is Pokemon Battle Revolution for the Wii.
F tier.
Donald, F tier is for the worst of the worst.
A description which fits this game perfectly.
And you as well, as it happens.
Wasn't listening. This game is basically just a worse Pokemon Stadium. The rental system is shot. You practically need a copy of Diamond or Pearl to properly enjoy it before the post-game. There were no mini-games in this one, unlike the Stadium games, and yet it's still a full-price title. For what? Basically a Gen 4 battle simulator.
Honestly, he isn't really wrong on this one. I got to commend this game for its soundtrack, and the animation was ahead of its time. Hell, some of it even looks better than Sword and Shield animations. But other than that, this game was a dud and barely even qualifies as a game.
It was merely a way to battle on the big screen with the latest Pokemon. I think it's a good contender for D tier.
I wouldn't mind C tier just for nostalgia's sake.
Joe, the entire history of the world is nostalgic for you. 550 BC, back when they created ice cream about 1,000 years after you were born.
Ooh, I love ice cream, even when I get brain freeze.
There's no brain to freeze, Joe.
Anyway, the median is D tier in this case. And now we come to Pokemon Cafe Remix, a free-to-start puzzle game for Nintendo Switch. It features an adorable art style and a simple matching mechanic.
This game is pay-to-play garbage. If you run into a level that is practically unbeatable without items, then you got to buy items with golden acorns. And if you are out of golden acorns, then you're shit out of luck.
Especially because when they changed the game name from Mix to Remix, they also changed the game so that you waste a heart whether you beat the level or not. Such an obvious gotcha ploy.
Donald, I thought you wouldn't mind spending money on a game like this, seeing as you have endless amounts of it.
Something you poors always seem to fail to learn is that the rich get rich by not spending all of their money on bullshit like this.
Oh, Don, that is such a woefully smooth-brained and exhaustingly debunked take on why poverty exists.
Poverty exists because you spend all their tax dollars on a bunch of bullshit, Joe.
Oh, really? A majority of American tax dollars goes to defense spending, and you're telling me that's a liberal policy? What an idiotic suggestion, even for you.
Gotta protect the world from the Chinas and the Russias of the world.
And by the world, you mean America.
America is the world, Joe.
Okay, we all know where gotcha games go. Next up is Pokemon Quest. This is a free-to-play action-adventure that was first released on Switch and later on Android and iOS.
Hideous cube art style, Minecraft-looking ass.
Don, you love Minecraft. Don't even start. And at least you really didn't have to use the microtransactions to continue playing. For a free game, I feel like you can't complain too much.
I will complain all I want. Nintendo treats their intellectual property like Barry treats bombs. Just throws them all over the place.
Donald, do not get me fucking started.
Oh, I invite you to start, really.
In 2017, your first year of presidency, you dropped over 60,208 bombs,
Yeah,
a
well, who's
28%
counting?
increase on the previous year. That means every day in 2017, you dropped 7 bombs per hour somewhere overseas, on combatants or otherwise civilians.
They shouldn't have been
You
standing
launched
there.
176 drone strikes in Yemen in just 2 years,
Fuck
whereas I
Yemen.
launched 154 there throughout all 8 years of my presidency.
I'm just better.
Furthermore, you tore down the measures I put in place to help hold ourselves accountable for how much bombing we do, so we can't even acquire accurate data as to how much damage you've done in the following years.
You just want the data to see if you beat me in drone strikes.
Donald, so help me God, I will drone strike Trump Tower.
Hey, come on, guys.
Fuck.
We've only got a few games left.
Okay, I'm calm.
This trigger-happy troll is triggered, go figure.
All right, calm down, you fucking failed weight loss ad. Where should this game go?
It's ugly and boring, F tier.
Sounds like someone I know.
Talk to the hand, Joe.
I found it quite enjoyable and still return to it on occasion. There's no catching mechanic, but the battling is automatic and a good time passer. B tier for me.
I think C is fine.
We'll go with C then. Next is Pokemon Masters EX.
Oh boy, another gotcha game.
True, but this one is actually pretty good.
I don't know, Barry. There's not a whole lot of content, and the co-op functionality could use some love.
True, but the animations look wonderful. It's fun to see interactions between characters from the games and anime that you wouldn't otherwise see, and it is great for killing time.
You know what else is great for killing time?
Don't say
Here
it,
we
Donald,
fucking
come on.
go.
Clapping Michelle's cheeks.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And Jill's too.
Don, don't lie. You haven't seen your penis in years.
Joe, I will snap your neck like a twig.
Hey, easy. Come on now.
He called me fat again.
Well, when someone calls you fat, Donald, ignore them. You're bigger than that.
Shut up.
Oh my God, Barry, that was cold.
Anyway, where should this one go?
No one really cares. I say C tier.
D tier.
Donald, do you like any games?
No.
All right then, C tier. And finally, we will be wrapping things up with Pokemon Conquest, a Nintendo DS crossover between the Pokemon and Nobunaga's Ambition series of games.
Biggest S tier on this list.
Easily, this game is straight fire. Pokemon made into a tactical RPG? Sign me the fuck up.
Oh, agreed on all counts. On paper it seems strange, but this crossover really works. The presentation is top-notch, the combat is insane.
The music, Barry. Don't forget about the music.
Oh yes, very memorable soundtrack.
And fun gimmicky maps, plus a good difficulty all around. This game deserves a remake or a sequel on the Switch.
We can agree that this is top of S tier?
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
All right then. And with that, we've completed the tier list.
Man, another one down.
Is that what you say to yourself every day after your morning Big Mac?
Shut the hell up, Joe.
Comment below if Don should go on a diet.
Joe, who the fuck are you talking to?
That's it, we broke him. He's officially lost it.
Poor Joe, whoever he is.
Well, anyway, you guys coming over for some Pokken tournament?
Fuck yeah, I'll be right over.
I'll bring the pizza. I know what you guys like, but what toppings does Joe like?
Ice cream.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Joe has good taste.
For fuck's sake, I better call Jill.
Who cares? Just let his life end before the tower that is America comes crumbling down.
Speaking of towers crumbling down, you know that tower you spent 8 hours building in Minecraft last night?
Yeah, what of it? Oh, you're sharing a screen.
Ooh, I want to watch.
Wait, what is this? What's happening? And who built a giant penis in front of my beloved tower?
Oh, yeah, Don, you got off early last night, and so I built a giant penis, ha ha ha.
And what is that contraption heading towards my tower?
Yeah, this is me drone striking your tower, Don.
Barry, I know for a fact you are not undoing 8 hours of meticulous work. No! No! Why? Why? And oh God, you clicked save too? I can't believe this. Why would you do something like that?
Don't worry, Don, I made a backup save. Your tower is safe.
Yeah, come on, Don. What do you take us for?
God damn, you stupid motherfuckers. You really got me there. I love you assholes.
Love you too, Don.
See you soon.
It's me,
I can't believe you haven't played this game yet, sleepyhead.
Will you chill out, you orange moron? Just show me what to do.
I'm going to show you all the tricks. You'll be a pro in no time.
All right, let's do it.
Please come to the castle.
I can't believe there isn't a way to skip this.
Well, wait, I want to see it.
All right, here you go, Joe. Take this controller.
Right, okay.
You move around with the control stick. Press A to jump and B to punch. Now all you got to do is go in the castle.
Okay, got it.
Joe, just push forward.
Okay.
What the fuck are you doing, Joe?
You said go over the bridge.
You're about to go over the Rainbow Bridge, IRL?
Sorry I'm late, guys. I had to put Michelle to bed.
Joe's probably about to join her here soon. Can't even stay awake long enough to learn basic controls.
I'm doing everything you told me, dickhead.
I told you to go over the bridge, not to dive headfirst into the moat like a goon.
Let me see that, Joe.
Say, Barry, aren't you like one of those speed runners on this game?
What's a speedrunner? Is that like one of those meth dealers from across the border?
Only 'cause you left the borders wide open, Joe. Wait, how did you avoid talking to the little Cloud Rider cameraman?
Trick of the trade, Donald. Okay, here, Joe.
Thanks, Barry. Where do I go now?
Go off to the left there. The other left, numbnuts.
This is left.
You mean Mario's left, Don.
I meant whatever the hell I said, all right? All right, jump in the painting.
What?
I said jump in the painting.
What do you mean? You can't jump into a painting. That's impossible.
Joe, for the love of Christ, jump into the goddamn painting.
It's a fantasy world, Joe.
Are we streaming this?
Of course, sleepyhead passive income is king. Now read the text for the viewers. It's common courtesy.
All right. While you're Smalak dabbing in the middle of the battlefield, you'll find power stars that Bowstool inside the painting worlds.
Joe,
I think I just had an aneurysm.
what the fuck are you saying?
Well, you read it then, asshole.
Wow, you're smacking the men of the beat. You'll find the power stars that stole it. Whirl.
Donald, what the fuck was that?
Don can't read words with more than 5 letters, so he just skips them.
Fuck off, guys. Now try to actually cross the bridge this time.
Don't worry, I've got this.
Nice job, Joe.
This guy sucks.
My finger's cramped.
You're supposed to get behind him, not hug him. He's not a teddy bear.
Don still has teddy bears. You heard it here first, folks.
Joe, go around him and press B to grab.
Joe, why are you throwing him off the edge?
Wouldn't it hurt him worse this way?
No, you dildo, it just pisses him off.
I'm not reading that again.
Me neither.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Hey, I think I did it.
And it's about time.
About time you buy a treadmill, you fat fuck.
At least I can still exercise, you dry bones looking motherfucker. Hey!
Nice,
all
way to
right,
go,
Joe,
buddy,
nice
okay.
job, Joe.
Whoa, that's a pretty tough one. Why'd we do that one first?
It's the only star you can do first, Joe.
Patently false, Don. Give me the controller, Joe.
Okay, I guess you can do the chain chomp, but I think ground pounding would be a little too hard for Joe starting off.
Who said anything about ground pounding?
Barry, how the fuck did you do that?
Trick of the trade, Don.
Wow, Barry, you're pretty good. I don't think I can do that quite yet.
It's all good, Joe. Say, guys, I have an idea. Since this next one is a race against Koopa the Quick, how about you two race each other?
Sounds
All
good,
right,
Barry.
let's do it.
Here goes nothing.
All right, good luck, you guys.
I'm already off to a flying start, just like my 2024 campaign.
Joe, come on, you gotta go talk to the turtle.
Oh, is this the turtle?
No, that's a box, Joe.
Oh, fuck. Where do I go?
It's just like Joe trying to leave the stage, can't find his way around anywhere.
Shut the fuck up, Don.
Sleepy Joe can never catch me, just like he can never catch up to my popular vote.
Slow and steady wins the race, motherfucker.
I've never seen a crawl strategy in this race before.
Don can suck my nursing home-bound ball sack.
You're completely incapable, just like in real life.
Oh, I don't like the way that guy's looking at me.
All right, Don, I see you've got some moves.
Of course I got moves. I got all the best moves. Hell, I invented moves.
Don doesn't have jack shit.
Joe, what the fuck are you doing?
Making an ass of you.
You're only making an ass of yourself as usual. And guess who's almost done?
Don clearly never read The Tortoise and the Hare.
Joe, look out, it's the 2024 election.
Joe, look out.
Oh, fuck.
That one's gotta hurt.
And look who's about to win, sleepyhead.
Not if I get there first, bitch.
Woohoo! I'm the winner.
Nicely played,
Let's
Don.
go.
Oh, can it, you fat piece of shit.
Look, you might as well imagine that my Koopa the Quick was Joe, because he's equally as slow, if not more.
Very funny, dickhead. I bet you Barry could shit all over us on this race.
No chance. My time was pretty good.
All right, motherfucker, hand me the controller.
All right, Barry, let's go. Show me what you got. I want to see what you got.
So what do you do differently then, Barry?
Well, this game is all about precise movement and platforming, and especially in speedrunning, you want to exploit the game's design as much as possible.
Wait. How in the hell did you get up that slope? It's too slippery.
Trick of the trade, Donald.
Barry, if you say trick of the trade one more time, I swear to God.
You'll do what, sit on him?
Very funny ass swipe. Okay, that's a neat trick. I'll give you that.
Goddamn, he's already there.
Wait, where are you going now? The race is over, I thought.
I'm gonna beat him twice in the same race.
Jesus Christ, Barry, you're a freak.
Koopa the Quick's career is over after this one. He won't be able to show his face around here ever again.
Why'd you do that? The cannon is already open.
Well, I have to play as if it's not. I ain't no bitch.
I've never seen anything like this. It's as if this entire level is just a playground for you. And Mario, under your control, is the ultimate gymnast.
Honestly, Barry, you are disturbingly good at this game.
Gosh, guys, I'm flattered.
No way.
Holy shit, Barry, you actually beat him twice.
With enough practice, you guys could do it too.
Say, Barry, are there any other tricks you could show us before we wrap this up?
Yeah, it is getting pretty late, and Jill will be wondering where I am.
She's probably wondering if you wandered into traffic again.
Shut the fuck up, Don.
Anyway, yes, Don, to answer your question, there is one neat little unintended design goof in this level.
All right, let's see it.
Check this shit out.
What the
Whoa.
hell? How are you hanging from the bridge?
Hey, that's pretty cool, Barry.
For some reason, the devs assigned the wrong characteristic to this texture for when it's a ceiling.
I guess old classic games are loaded with neat quirks like this, aren't they?
They sure are, Don.
God, every time you pick up that controller, I learn something new about this game.
Since when are you concerned with having an open mind and learning new things?
Fuck off, Joe.
Anyway, so what's like the object of this game, Barry? Get a bunch of stars, but for what?
Well, let me tell you here, Joe. We need 8 stars to open this door for the first of 3 Bowser fights. We need a key to get through this door, but that's for later.
Oh, okay.
What we need right now is more stars. So let's go into this map here.
Yes, Womp's Fortress, one of my favorites.
It is a pretty solid map, and deadly for speedrunners, in fact.
All right, Joe, it's your turn. Take this controller if your decrepit hands and eyes can still coordinate movement.
They could coordinate twisting the fuck out of Melania's titties last night, so I wouldn't worry.
You guys are insufferable.
Wait till I tell you what they did to Michelle shortly afterward.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
All right, let's go, Joe. Climb the fortress.
All right. You know, I think I'm getting the hang of this game.
I'm definitely seeing some improvement.
I'm not.
Well, who the fuck asked you? God damn it.
Asleep at the wheel again.
Eat my ass, Don.
Head up the stairs and just watch your step.
Joe, you cannot punch these things, so stop trying.
Well, what am I supposed to do then?
You gotta get on top of him.
Joe's a bottom.
Ow, motherfucker.
See, what did I tell you?
At least I can still get it.
Kids on your lap don't count, Joe.
Coming from the guy who has real-life assault allegations against him.
Fake news. Joe, do you retain any new information? Punching him is futile, you moron.
Joe, you need to get on his back and press Z while in the air to ground pound.
Oh.
Faster than that.
I can't do it, Barry. You take this.
What the? How are you clipping through him?
Trick of the trade, Donald. Ha! Triggered!
Oh, he didn't like that. Ha 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 ha.
He'll be back.
Salty much?
I don't know what you're talking about. I was just getting another Mountain Dew. Looks like Barry's carrying you still, though.
Barry's a legend. I just like watching him play.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
All right, stop sucking him off. All right, now let me show you a trick of the trade, huh, Barry?
Don, there's nothing you could possibly show me in this game that I don't already know.
All right, which one is it? Here?
Donald, what the fuck are you doing?
Don's
Maybe
lost it.
Here. Aha!
Whoa.
Wait,
Well?
are you shitting me? That's been there this whole time?
Aha! I do know something Barry doesn't.
That seems pretty obscure, like there's no hint that it's there at all.
I assure you there is no hint. My mind is blown right now.
There's more where that came from.
Donald, how did you even find out about that?
Trick of the trade, Barry.
Shut the fuck up, Don. Anyway, good job, Don.
All right, nice one, Don. Way to
Star
go.
grab.
Thank you, thank you. I'll be here for the next 4 years.
The fuck you will.
You can't be president from prison, Don.
Anyone who thinks I'm in prison smokes more crack than Hunter Biden.
Hey, lay off of him. He's a good kid, and his crack pipe is litty.
All right, let's do one more star, then call it a night.
All right, show us
Sounds
some mad
good, Barry.
skills, Barry.
See that corner of brick up there? Not this one.
Okay, yeah.
But the one on the right.
Yeah, this is the one where you shoot from the cannon into the brick wall corner to reveal the star.
Right, but I'm not going to do it that way.
What do you mean you're not going to do it that way? There's no other way to do it. The star's inside the wall.
Well, in 2014, a guy called Sockfolder discovered this trick setup that allows you to clip into the wall and grab the star almost every time.
Holy fucking shit.
How is that even possible?
Trick of the trade, Joe.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, I gotta get going. Let's continue this again sometime, boys.
For sure, I'm down. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Let's beat this whole game, boys.
All right, let's continue where we left off, boys. It's Joe's turn.
Well, guess I'll be waiting till Christmas for my turn then.
Don, for Christmas, I'm getting you a sweater and a dildo.
Yeah? What for?
So if you don't like the sweater, you can fuck yourself.
You walked into that one, Don.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just see if Joe can use the owl.
Is this the owl?
No, Joe, that's a piranha plant.
Oh, where is he then?
Owls fly, you ignoramus.
You think I don't know that, you fucking orange abomination? It's a problem with my vision, not my comprehension.
Sure it is.
Guys, come on. Now you can steer him to that caged star, and you need to let go of A when you're directly above it.
Oh, okay, I think I got it.
Barry, how the fuck do you expect him to do that with vision like his? Ray Charles would have a better shot at this.
Hey, watch yourself. Ray Charles is the man.
Okay, I'm getting close.
That's what Jill said to me last night.
Old joke, come up with your own.
You're the only old joke in this room.
Projecting.
Joe, let go.
God damn it, Barry, you messed me up.
I'm the only one paying attention while you guys are talking about dildos and fucking Jill.
Don't act like you haven't had your own time with that filthy harlot, Barry.
Oh, we're talking about Melania now?
Joe.
Yeah, I gaped that leathery whore so hard last night it was like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Joe, shut the fuck up.
Nah, you...
Boys, come on, think of our Twitch viewers. You really think they want to hear about this garbage?
Oh,
The only
damn
garbage
it.
in this stream is Joe, who once again can't follow basic instructions.
I can follow instructions, Donald. This one's just too hard. Here, Barry, take this. I can't.
This is such a boring star, it takes forever to fly the owl over there.
I'm glad you think so, Don. I was thinking of getting the star without the owl.
Barry, why do you say such wild and outlandish things? There's no possible way to get this star without using the owl. It's...
Whoa,
What the...
whoa.
How the fuck did you do that?
Trick of the trade, Don.
Oh, for the love of Christ.
Barry, that's an insane trick.
And one of the harder ones, too, but again, anything is possible with enough practice.
I don't think there's any hope for Joe.
Eat shit, Don.
Hey, come on, let's be more encouraging.
I do what I want. All right, my turn. I'm getting this one.
All right, good luck, dickhead. Try not to eat endless amounts of ass getting this star.
You say that like it's a bad thing, Joe?
Don, what if I told you you don't need the cannon for this one?
Well, I suppose at this point I'd be a fool not to believe you.
Now you want to perform a side flip into a wall jump, and with the correct angle, you should be able to easily get up there.
A what? Nah, Barry, you're confusing me. Just let me do it my way.
Okay, give it a shot.
Shut up, you fucking dinosaur.
I'll take being a dinosaur over being fucking shit at this game.
Nice one, Don,
Hey,
all right.
there you go. Nice job, man.
Thank you. Welcome to Clown School, fuckwits. Hope you learned something.
Yours was an acceptable strategy as well, though it's not quite as fast as what I suggested.
Didn't ask. I got the star anyway, so I'm the winner.
I'm the weaning, said the 5-year-old child.
Yeah, that get you a little worked up talking about a child, Joe? Need to change your adult diaper?
Need you to change your jokes.
It's not a joke if it actually happened.
Both of you knock it off. Joe, it's your turn. I think you should open up a new map. I think you should open up the 3-star door on the left there to get more practice.
Oh, all right then.
Joe, that's the right.
I'm with Joe. The right is better than the left any day.
Not in a million years, Don.
Yeah, no chance, asshole. Hey, this room looks pretty cool. Can't we just do this one?
Sure thing, Joe. It doesn't matter.
You can pretty much go in any order you like at this point.
Yeah, the game gets more free roam as you progress.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
I gotta tell you, this is one of the best songs in any game ever.
This song is like a lullaby for me. I've used it for meditation before some of my presidential speeches. It always brings me a sense of calm and serenity.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but take your time, Joe. I want to hear this as long as I can.
Huh? I don't hear anything.
His fucking ears have given out. What the hell is next?
I'm just kidding, you amorphous orange blob.
Get comfortable with swimming, Joe, and then make your way to the eel in the ship.
Oh, okay then.
Hold up on the control stick to swim downward and keep pressing A in a nice rhythm.
Why would you push up to go down?
The y-axis is inverted.
Yeah, but why?
Who cares why, you dingbat? How about because it's just the way it works?
Some of us get curious about our world, Don. Not all of us get caught beating off with Cheeto dust all over our hands.
That was one time, you fuck.
Disgusting.
And butt-chugging Mountain Dew.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Okay, Joe, you need to unlock the 4 chests in the correct order.
Oh, well, which one should I do first?
It's the one...
No. Do not tell him. Sleepy Joe has to figure it out just like everyone else did back in the day.
I can get it. What the hell?
It's the one to the right of that.
Thanks, Don. Fuck!
Just fucking with you. It's actually the one to the right of this one, believe me.
God damn it, Don. You fucking asshole.
Don, that was douchey as fuck.
Makes for great entertainment, though.
Do I look entertained?
You look like you should uninstall and jump off the White House.
There will be no more suicide jokes in my stream, is that clear?
Is it suicide if he dies of natural causes mid-jump? Because that's on the table?
Don!
Okay, Joe, I'm sorry.
Better be, moron. All right, last one.
You got this, buddy. All right, quickly, swim towards the back of the ship.
Oh shit, okay.
Faster, Joe, come on!
I can't tell if you're encouraging me or just being a dickhead again.
Of course I want you to get the star, Joe.
Really?
Of course. The sooner you get the star, the sooner it's my turn again.
Fucking figures you were gonna say some dumb shit.
If my eyes could roll into the back of my head, they would. Nice, Joe. Now try a double jump for this one. You can do it.
Go get him, Tiger.
Okay, here goes.
Nice one. Way to go.
Joe.
Oh yeah, let me do my happy dance.
Okay, one more time and the star is yours.
Barry was a cheerleader in high school.
Actually, I was a valedictorian, unlike you.
Let's go.
Joe, that was
yeah, all right,
amazing.
Joe, nice one,
You're
buddy.
the man.
Thanks, guys. I really feel the controls and movement coming together for me.
So I think my wife is stealing from me, guys.
Wait, really?
How can you be so sure?
Because I'm a fucking genius, all right? Listen, I was going through my credit statements online yesterday, and I saw a charge I did not recognize.
Right.
So I called up the bank and asked them who the charge was from.
Sure?
And they said it's a private entity with a false name,
Oh, God.
which usually means the person ordered a sex toy or some other thing that they want censored on their bank statement.
Jesus.
So I confront Melania, right? I say, sweetheart, I need to ask you something. I've got this charge on my card for $5 grand and I didn't make it. And she says, oh yeah, I just got my hair done. And I look right in her eyes and I tell you, I said, really? $5 grand.
Okay, so what happened next?
That's it, she left the room.
You're telling me that that was the whole story?
Yeah, that was the whole story. So what?
So what? There was no conclusion.
Don's banned from telling
You
stories.
had us all wound up with tension, thinking what the outcome could be, and then you're telling me that your answer is that there just isn't one?
I've heard some stories in my time, but that was the shittest, crappest, shittest story I've ever heard.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
As stories go, it was abysmal, and you are a shit bastard, stupid bastard.
Well, fuck you guys then, I'm out of here.
Don, come on. Can't we talk about this?
I'd rather go out in style.
And don't let the door hit you in the vagina on the way out.
Joe? God damn it.
1 hour later.
Hey, there he is.
What's up, buddy? Did you get some Midol?
I don't know what you're talking about. I just stepped out to grab a Big Mac.
Did they make that thing well done? What the fuck kind of Big Mac sounds like that?
Maybe he's eating Tide Pods again. All that healthy bleach.
Will you guys fuck off and let me eat in peace? Now, where are we at? Brief me.
Sure thing, fat ass. Well, it's Barry's turn, and he's just been fucking around for an hour.
I'm gonna get this star in the center.
Barry, you know as well as I do that you cannot get that star without the metal cap to weigh you down. Without it, the water jets will just blow you away from the star.
You were saying?
How did you... Never mind. I'm not even gonna bother to ask.
Because he's a fucking legend, that's how...
Joe, you want to do this one?
No, that's okay. You go ahead, Barry.
Getting tired over there, Joe?
Getting tired of being friends with 3-time winner of The Biggest Loser, maybe.
You shouldn't talk about your mom that way.
My mom's dead.
Hey, come on, guys. Mom jokes are off limits, too.
Oh, so you mean no fun?
No, I mean, we should try to have a little more respect for each other, you know?
Sounds gay.
My mom's dead.
We know, dumbass, and you're soon to follow.
Oh, drop it, diabetes.
Okay, that's enough. Don, you take over for this one.
I was wondering when you'd let a real pro handle things.
Show us how it's done. I want Joe to do the next one.
Piece of cake. All right, Joe. Now pay close attention if there are any remaining brain cells in there.
If I have none, it's because you ate them all.
Ooh, another fat joke. How original.
You're running out of air, shit for brains. Maybe pay more attention to the game instead of losing and roasting wars with me.
A god gamer does not lose, Joe. Watch and learn.
You're literally suffocating right now.
Nah, I don't die.
You're literally about to.
Nope.
Jesus Christ, that was close.
I told you I know what I'm doing, and I never fuck up.
Yeah, okay, Wario. All right, Barry, where are you taking me?
Exit the room here, Joe.
Okay, gosh, I'm excited to see what's next.
It's a legendary map, Joe, one of the most tense parts of the game.
Wait. You're not taking him to the Bowser stage,
Why not? I think he's ready.
and I think you need to reattach your brain. Are you insane? Have you completely lost your mind?
Don't worry, Don. I got this. I can feel it.
Yeah, and I can feel a death montage coming on.
Oh, what a beautiful painting. Oh, wait, why does it look so weird? Oh, fuck! Where am I?
You have to ask yourself that a lot, don't you, Joe?
Okay, easy, Joe. Just relax and focus.
This ought to be good.
Wait, no. What? Damn it. Fuck. No! Stupid fucking game. I hate this fucking bullshit ass
It's okay, Joe. You just keep trying.
Don, would you stop fucking eating?
But I love my crunchy boys.
I bet you the rest of that bag of chips that Barry can get through that Bowser stage in less than 60 seconds.
Less than 60 seconds. Are you insane? Oh, you're on. But if you lose, you buy me another bag.
You got yourself a deal, Donald.
I'm all about the art of the deal after all.
Donald, your chips are as good as Joe's. Might as well just hand them over now.
Ain't no way you're gonna beat this level in less than 60 seconds.
Start the clock.
Clock's ticking.
Oh, come on, Barry, win Daddy some chips.
Please don't call yourself Daddy.
Jesus Christ, Obama, how can you see where you're going? You're not hardly moving the camera?
Something God gamer.
Oh, let's go. He's fucking flying. Barry.
Joe, if you do that the whole time, I swear to God, I will shit into this chip bag.
Barry.
I can still hear you, moron.
Joe, I appreciate it, but it's really not necessary.
Oh, okay then.
I can't believe you're already there. You're a fucking freak of nature.
I think that's a compliment, so thank you, Don.
Don't get used to it.
Whoa, it's Bowser himself.
Yeah, his model in this game used to scare the shit out of me.
All right, Barry can't afford to miss a throw here. God
All
damn it.
right.
Is that it? Did he do it?
He's still got to grab the key before 60 seconds is up.
Oh God, I'm holding my breath.
Come on.
Does he have it?
Oh my God, I can't look.
Let's
Barry,
go.
you did it. You're my hero.
I can't fucking believe it.
Don't fuck with me, Don.
God, dude, you're so good.
Oh, this is such bullshit.
Oh, calm down, you sore loser. Try not to incite a coup and steal the election.
Very funny, asswipe. Very nicely played.
Aw, thanks, buddy. Welcome back to the series and to episode 3, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to help it grow.
Barry, you are such a typical liberal. Stop begging for handouts. Just let the content speak for itself.
Don, he's not begging for handouts. He's asking for people
He's
who
begging
already
like a
enjoy the
child begs
content
for
to show
candy
their
and I-
support.
Okay, knock it off, both of you. Joe, it's your turn. The controller is yours.
All right, then. Wait. What is... This sun ray wasn't here before, was it?
It sure was. Just try looking up, Joe.
What, look up?
Yup.
Ah!
Oh, perfect. Rainbows. For more of you LGBTQ, LMNOPQ, PQRSTUV type people.
The only thing I got out of that was that you kind of know the alphabet, so good for you, Don.
Yeah, your Lexile level is getting so high, you'll be able to move on to children's books soon.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Nice job, Joe. You unlocked the wing cap. Now all of those red cube silhouettes will be boxes with which we can access the wing cap throughout the game.
Oh, well, what do I do now?
You can just jump off the tower.
Which I wish you would do in real life.
What did I say about suicide jokes, Don? We don't want the channel to get demonetized again.
Yeah, especially with the 175 mil you have to shell out for your appeals bond.
Yeah, I didn't listen to any of that, you scumbag. I say we go back to
I'm
Bob
not a
on
scumbag.
Battlefield now that we have the wing cap.
Don, for once, that's an excellent idea.
I'm not a scumbag.
Stop muttering to yourself, you weird zombie freak.
Hello, boys.
What's up, Jordan? Been a long
JP,
time, man.
how's it going?
Not too bad, if I'm being honest. Hello, Donald. How are things?
Fine.
Are you guys still beefing?
Oh, Oh, well, yes, I suppose so.
The relationship is so cringe. I would have thought two right-wing nutcases would get along just fine.
Makes no sense to me either, Joe.
Donald, you know I don't intend to impose, but if you would just make your bed and clean your damn room, life would get a lot better for you.
Here we fucking go again. See, this is why I didn't want this motherfucker in here. Make your bed, clean your room. That's all he can fucking say. Some psychologist you are? Did you get your degree from the Good Housekeeping magazine?
Donald, you're being fucking rude.
Barack, it's okay, really. It's the unprocessed emotional trauma he's been repressing since childhood. It's its own form of hell, you know. And if you read the Gulag Archipelago, you'd know it was hell for them, too.
Shut the fuck up, Jordan.
You know, in fact, I think I have some Dostoevsky you could borrow as well.
I think I hate everyone whose name starts with a J.
Ah, Donjamin, you really hate me?
Of course I hate you. I've hated you ever since the day I was born, Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, Sleepy Joe, same fucking joke every time with your little nicknames you come up with. Maybe I should start calling you Tubby Trump.
Guys, please chill out. Which star is next, Donald?
We still need the one in the box up on the island, so just shoot yourself up there with a cannon, basically.
Oh, isn't that cute? Don thinks you need the cannon to get on the island.
What the fuck are you on about now, Barry? There's no other way up there. Sure, you could grab the wing cap and climb up the mountain first, but that would take ages. And by that point, the wing cap might be gone anyway. Holy fucking shit.
Oh, whoa.
Very impressive.
How the fuck did you just do that?
Trick of the trade, Don.
I don't know why I even bother to ask.
My deep psychological analysis indicates to me that you are the strongest player here. Is that right, Barack?
Really? It took you a deep psychological analysis to figure that out? No wonder your dumbass followers all think they're geniuses.
Donald, have you not read his book, 12 Rules for Life?
I'm not reading that dipshit-ass book where the first chapter is about lobsters. I eat lobsters, I don't read about them.
We all know you like to eat, Don. We have eyes.
Fuck off.
Anyway, the controller is yours, Joe.
Oh, all right. Ah, so now we're in the basement. Oh, what's this door? Another star door?
Door number 2.
30 stars. Jesus Christ.
Yep, we've got a ways to go.
How many stars are in this game anyway?
120.
Well, boys, I'm going to head out. I hope you all have a fun stream. You too, Donald.
You take
All
it
right,
easy
buddy.
now,
Sounds
Jordan.
good,
It was
man.
good seeing you.
Likewise.
Thank fuck, I feel like I can breathe again.
Don, why don't you like him? He's such a nice guy.
Because he's a fucking hack, and even two dipshits like yourselves should be able to see that.
Oh, Don, you always hate people smarter than yourself. That's why you hate everybody.
I don't hate anyone more than you, Joe.
I didn't ask. And anyway, something tells me that wasn't the last we'll see of Jordan.
Well, anyway, back to the game. Where exactly are you headed, Joe?
I'm not really sure, honestly. What is this place?
Just read the sign on the left.
Jesus Christ. The left!
I know, you fucking obese whale. I'm just looking around. Let's see. It is decreed that Don shall eat 1 pound of caterpillars.
Shut up.
Know what to do, Joe?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just gonna pound these pillars harder than I pounded Melania last night.
What's that? I couldn't hear you over the sound of me busting into Jill's uterus.
Fucking enough, you two.
Oh shit, what did that just do?
Go outside and see, Joe.
Oh my god, the moat is dried up.
Now you can access a secret level that you couldn't before. And you also now have a direct route from the front of the castle to the basement.
And I'll bet you $5 you die in this level before accomplishing anything of note.
$5? Is that all you can afford with all the legal fees you've been hit with lately?
Well, I didn't get much from selling Jill's nudes.
Yeah, that's why you're peddling $60 Bibles now, you con man.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Anyway, Barry, what is this map?
This is the Vanish Cap stage. Remember how we did the Wing Cap stage earlier?
Uh-huh.
There are 3 such stages in the game, each with a switch to press that unlocks a unique power-up for Mario.
Oh, baby, he's gonna get cooked.
Nah, idiot. Daddy's making $5.
Keep going, Joe. See if you can get all of the red coins. 8 of them will get you a star.
Oh yeah, I got this.
Nice. Just a few more now.
Nah, he'll fuck up anytime now.
Oh, I don't think so. You better get that Abraham Lincoln ready for me.
Joe, the only thing you're gonna do with a $5 bill is use it to tidy up lines of coke.
Well, if you are well behaved today, I'll let you snort it with me.
All right, one more.
Sure thing, Barry. I'll get 3 lines of coke together.
I'm talking about the game, Joe. You need 1 more red coin.
Oh, fuck. Woo, that was close.
You're so damn lucky.
Nah, this is all skill.
Nice. Good job, buddy.
Thanks, Barry.
Good job, I guess.
That'll be $5, asshole.
Yeah, whatever. A deal's a deal.
Want to see a cool way to skip the switch text boxes and get the star without the Vanish Cap?
Sure thing, Barry. Hit us with it.
You both have to scream Siglemic, though.
Siglemic.
Hell yeah, boys.
What the hell's a Siglemic?
Just a legendary speedrunner of times past.
Finally, it's my turn. Joe takes forever.
The only thing that takes forever is you at the McDonald's drive-thru ordering one of everything.
Stop capping. McDonald's is fired.
We can tell you think so.
Didn't fucking ask.
Oh, what a cute little bunny.
I'm not chasing after that damn thing.
Which level are you headed for, Donald?
I think I want to go to that hazy maze cave level. I enjoy the gloominess.
It'll get you prepared for prison.
The only reason I'll ever go to prison is for capping your ass once and for all.
You wouldn't...
Do not fucking test me.
All right, Don, which star are you going to pursue?
That's easy. I want to go see the Lapras.
Ooh, there's a Lapras in this game?
Donald, that's not Lapras. There are no Pokemon in this game.
Of course it is. I know a Lapras when I see one. Ah, there's Lapras.
Donald, that's literally not Lapras. Her name is Dory. She's a plesiosaur-like creature.
I don't know, Barry. That kind of does look like Lapras to me.
See, I told you it's Lapras from Pokemon.
It's not Lapras.
It has to be. Look, she knows surf and carries the player over water just like in Pokemon.
Oh, he's got a point there, Barry.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Believe me.
I literally don't and never will.
All right,
Good job,
nice star
Don. Way to
get,
go.
Don.
Thank you very much. All right, Barry, you're up. Here you go.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Are you going into that same map, Barry?
Yes, but I'm going to grab the free star from this toad here, a star which we only get once we've reached at least 12 stars.
Hell yeah, we're that much closer to 30 stars.
Won't be long now.
Won't be long if you take all of Joe's turns for him. Otherwise, Joe will probably be deceased before we beat this game.
Oh, can it, cholesterol.
Which star are you getting, Barry?
Metalhead Mario can move.
Oh, that's a good one.
What, Metalhead Mario? Does he listen to Slayer or something?
No, you morbid corpse, it's a power-up, the last remaining one we haven't unlocked yet. Wait, Barry, you're going the wrong way.
Say what?
Yeah, I thought you were going down to the caverns.
That's the plan.
What in the goddamn hell?
Well, Barry can go through walls. He is actually Jesus himself.
Wait, how are you going to do this star, Barry? You don't have the metal cap yet to hit that switch in the water.
I'm thinking of a word that starts with a T and ends in Rick of the Trade.
What in the holy fucking goddamn shit?
Barry, I would suck your dick.
Okay, that's kind of gay, Joe, which is fine, but not my cup of tea.
Oh, sorry, Barry. Watching you play makes me question my sexuality sometimes.
I'm speechless.
I am too, but for different reasons.
All right, Joe, you're next. Go ahead and explore the new level as you see fit, and maybe read that sign for guidance.
Instead of walking into it, perhaps.
Eat my ass, Don.
What the hell? That sign appears to be written in Sugandese. Can anyone translate?
What? What do you mean? What is
Jesus
Sugandese?
fucking Christ. Dawn,
Sugandese nuts, bitch.
God damn it.
God, you're such a fucking child. Anyway, be careful not to fall into these pits, Joe.
Let me show you how an expert does this, Barry.
This ought to be good.
Remember how to long jump?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
Bonk.
Eat shit, Don.
Oof, that's gotta hurt. You know what's good for back pain, Joe? If you lick my nutsack.
Yeah, I don't remember asking.
You gotta find your way through the toxic maze, Joe.
Barry, he can barely find his way around the real world. How do you expect him to navigate a maze?
How do you expect your heart to make it to tomorrow with all 1,200 calories of that McGriddle you ate earlier?
A McGriddle has 550 calories and 19 grams of protein. All part of a healthy, balanced diet, Brandon.
You would have weird, cringe, Rain Man knowledge about the McDonald's menu.
I smell jealousy.
Don, you're literally the reason we have National Fat Acceptance Day.
Joe, you're literally the reason Epstein killed himself.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Fake news.
You were probably part of his
Projecting.
island. You sick, twisted, creepy,
Projecting.
sexually harassing pedophile
Projecting.
psychopath. Oh, God damn it, come on.
That about figures.
Jesus Christ, Joe. Maybe if you focused on the game, you wouldn't fuck up. Now hand the controller over so we don't have to watch you do that all over again.
All right, after this one, though, I gotta go. I've got a date with Melania.
Oh, how romantic. A date at McDonald's.
More like a date somewhere you could never afford, sleepyhead.
Maybe that's why she's stealing money from you so she can eat somewhere else besides fast food.
You're hilarious. Did you know that?
I do thank you.
That was sarcasm, dipshit. What the?
Wow, Barry, if I had known I could do it that way, I would have just done that.
As if you could pull that off.
I could pull your toupee off.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
All right, guys, let's take a break and we'll get back to it tomorrow night. Sound good?
Sounds good, Barry.
Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode.
And leave a comment below telling us what you thought. Welcome back to the series and to episode 4. Today we're heading back to Hazy Maze Cave to visit the final cap stage and unlock the fabled metal cap.
Almost as fabled as Don's hair.
Yeah, but you know what isn't a fable? Me being balls deep in Jill.
I fucking knew you were going to say that. Predictable. Get some new jokes.
The only thing that's predictable is your inevitable demise. Probably tomorrow, in fact.
What's going to happen tomorrow is the same thing that happens every day.
Wrong.
You'll eat about 200 metric tons of McDonald's, and then you'll continue to test the strength of the legs on your gaming chair as it once again struggles all day to hold your fat ass up.
Now you just
Boys,
listen
it's
here,
too
mister.
early for this shit. Focus on the game.
Sorry, Barry, so this is the final cap level?
That's right, Joe. Now, the switch has already been pressed because I went in and did it earlier. That way I can get all of these red coins in one go and we can move on more quickly. I want you to try another new map, Joe.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
Which one are you taking him to?
We're going to hit up Lethal Lava Land next.
I fucking hate that map.
I'm racking my brains right now trying to figure out who asked.
I'm counting my Benjamins trying to figure out what kind of hitman to hire to take you out.
I swear to God, I'm the world's first and only adult babysitter.
Oh, cheer up, Barry. As it happens, I have a surprise for you guys.
A surprise from you? Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, what, did you get a gym membership or something?
No, just shut your yaps, pause the game, and listen up. I'm about to blow your minds.
Oh God, I'm bracing myself.
Check it out. These videos got you itching to play this game? Retro Fighters Brawler64 controller is simply the best controller on the market to use for Super Mario 64. Believe me, it features a tremendous ergonomic design, akin to an Xbox controller, but with the N64 button layout. It comes in 6 vibrant colors, such as blue and green. However, the gray and smoke gray are reported to be frequently returned items, so avoid those models like I avoid paying taxes. With an average rating of 4.4 out of 5 stars on Amazon, you cannot go wrong. Customers are absolutely raving about this controller. There are some reports of connectivity issues from dipshits who don't understand basic technology. If you're not a dumbass, you shouldn't have a problem. Hunter from our beloved United States of America reports that his controller works flawlessly with nearly non-existent input lag. What's that? Don't know which system you would play it on? No sweat. Retro Fighters has you covered with a model compatible with the original Nintendo 64 console and one that syncs up with your Nintendo Switch if you're using Nintendo Switch Online. Check the description for affiliate links to these controller models, which help the channel grow. Retro Fighters is reported to have excellent customer support, so you can buy with peace of mind, knowing that they will stand by their product. Now back to the video.
Don, that was incredible.
Yeah, what the hell, you really got us an ad spot.
Yeah, well, even if I don't show it, I care about you motherfuckers and want to see this channel succeed.
I think my heart is going to break into a million pieces.
Okay, easy. Don't turn gay on me now.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I'd like for you to shut the fuck up.
All right, well, now we're off to Lethal Lava Land, and Joe, the controller is yours.
All right, this looks sick, guys. I always do like a lava world.
Would you mind entering the map, Sleepyhead?
I'll enter the map just like I entered Melania Raw last night with my Wiggly Willy.
Please never say Wiggly Willy, like, ever again.
All right, so what do I need to do?
You gotta boil the big bully.
We're gonna need a lot of lava to boil Don.
You're doing a fine job of boiling yourself. Maybe stay out of the lava, huh, dipshit?
Lava takes 3 health away, Joe. And with a maximum of 8 health, that means you can only take lava damage 2 times in a row and still survive.
Okay, got it.
Also, Joe, this isn't the right way.
I'll figure it out, don't worry.
Nice aim, moron.
Yeah, I know. I have way better aim at Melania's chest.
I seriously doubt that.
That looks risky, Joe.
Yeah, well, watch this. Aw, fuck.
Should have just listened to me.
I know, I just wanted to explore a little.
Say, Barry, isn't this the map that has a signpost with the N-word on it?
What's the N-word?
Okay, a lot of stupid to unpack there. First off, no, Donald, there is no N-word in this game. Second, Joe, you as an old white man probably don't need me to explain what the N-word is. Now, can we move on from this riveting discussion?
I swear, though, Barry, in the original Japanese release of this game, there was the N-word written on a signpost.
Think that through a minute, Don. An English word in the Japanese version of the game? Really?
The Japanese are very racist, so it wouldn't surprise me they put the N-word in the game.
Don, you're more racist than any Japanese person I've ever met.
Can someone please tell me what the N-word is?
Jesus Christ. There is no N-word. End of discussion.
Of course there is. I've heard it before.
Imagine my shock.
Seriously, guys, I feel left out.
All right, I'll take one for the team. I'm gonna say it.
Donald, don't you dare.
Please, Donald, come on.
Joe, the N-word is...
No! Stop!
It's nuggets.
Nuggets?
Jesus
Nuggets.
fuck.
One of my favorite meals at McDonald's.
I was about to have a heart attack.
This feels anticlimactic.
Yeah, well, so does this fight. You're getting the shit kicked out of you, Joe. And look, he offed himself to spare you the embarrassment. That bully was so disgusted by your shit fighting skills.
Shut the fuck up, Don.
Okay, I think I'm recovered. Go ahead and get the star, Joe.
Yeah, grab your participation trophy, Sleepyhead.
Nah, that was all skill.
Don, please never scare me like that again.
Like what? What are you talking about?
Never mind. Anyway, I believe it's your turn.
Great, I fucking hate this map.
Really? This fiery orange wasteland doesn't give you a sense of peace?
The only thing that would give me peace is reading your obituary in the paper tomorrow.
Oh, Donnie, don't kid yourself. We all know you can't read.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Now, Don, which star are you going after?
I'm just going for the bullies. The sooner I get out of this map, the better.
Why do you hate Lethal Lava Land so much?
Because it's a dumb flat map with a bunch of random geometric shapes. It looks like a 5th grade art project, not a cool lava world in a video game.
Name a cool lava map then.
Hailfire Peaks from Banjo-Tooie, masterpiece.
Wow, for once I actually agree with you. That is a great lava map.
I disagree for several reasons, but that gives me an idea. Maybe we should do a tier list of 3D platformers sometime.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
a
I
good idea,
suppose
Joe.
I'd be down
like
for that. Now watch how powerful my punches get with these coins I picked up.
Donald, what are you talking about? Coins just give you health. They don't affect Mario's strength in any way.
Of course they do. Cash is king, and I stick to what works.
The fuck are you on about?
The only thing you'd use cash on is McDonald's or more guns.
Guns can be better than cash.
I can't wait to be reelected and take all of your guns and drone strike the NRA.
Over my cold, dead body, Joe.
Shouldn't have to wait long for that. Your BMI is outrageous.
I'm surprised you didn't drop dead before finishing that sentence.
I'm surprised you guys are talking about something other than the game. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. That's all you do, so maybe shut the fuck up.
Jesus, Barry, it was
My
just a
bad,
prank,
Barry.
bro.
I can't believe we still need 7 more stars before we can go through that red star door, though.
Well, technically we don't.
So what's this rabbit all about, Barry?
So the rabbit is called Mips,
Oh, okay.
and he's named after the Nintendo 64's processor. Nintendo modeled him very early in the game's development for testing purposes and ended up keeping him as they had grown a fondness for him.
Oh, what a cute story.
His only intended purpose is to give us a star after we catch him, once after 15 stars and once after 50 stars. However, new uses for Mips have been discovered over the years.
What do you mean, new uses? There's no other use for him, just like you said. I don't understand what you're going on.
What?
What the hell?
And through the door we go.
Barry, what the fuck? How in the hell did you do that?
Trick of the trade, Don.
So what's the point of that, Barry?
Well, we can actually use him to clip through the 30-star door despite not yet having 30 stars. It's the main trick that makes 16-star speed runs a thing, in fact.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Gee.
I've never seen anything like that before.
Now, once we get the first star in Dire Docks, we can access the second Bowser stage earlier in the game.
You gonna have him try this Bowser stage too?
Well, this one might be a little hard for him.
Hell nah, I'm goated. I can take on anything.
Actually, I'd like to propose a challenge.
I don't like the sound of that.
Joe, starting right now, if you can defeat Bowser in this next Bowser stage within the next 2 minutes, I'll buy you a double chocolate chip ice cream cone.
Don, that's
Wait,
not even
really?
humanly
Really,
possible.
really?
Oh shit, well I mean I need to practice, like I need a controller or something. I don't know what's even in that level anyway, and oh god, this is making my brain itch, but I just really want that ice cream.
You all right, Joe?
Yeah, I mean I don't know, it's just getting really hot in here for some reason.
Well, I'll finish this level real quick and give the controller to you ASAP. Joe, what the hell?
Jesus, calm down, you fucking spaz. What is your problem?
I might be dead in 2 minutes. That's my fucking problem.
What the fuck? Joe, I'm about to call 911.
Hell yeah, bite the dust, Joe. No ice cream for you, sleepyhead.
Joe? Joe? Joe, can you hear me? What was that?
I don't know, but it would be really great if it didn't do it again.
It's a psychological phenomenon known as hysterical strength, which can cause you to perform exceedingly well under extreme duress.
So, in other words, he really wanted that ice cream?
He really wanted that ice cream.
So you're telling me that Joe turns into the Incredible Hulk every time I mention double chocolate chip? Are we really going to take this fucking loser's word for it, Barry?
Don, he's a world-renowned psychologist.
I've studied this phenomenon at length, Donald. But at any rate, this is just one of many possibilities.
Well, to hell with your possibilities. I want answers. Joe's not dead, and by all accounts, he should be dead.
Don?
Look, just keep an eye on him and let me know if his symptoms change, okay?
All right, will do. We appreciate you, Jordan. Don, say goodbye to Jordan.
I got a better idea. Later.
All right. See you later, buddy.
All right, take care, Barack, and give my best to Donald.
He doesn't deserve it, but will do.
Hey, look who I found just wandering around outside.
Hey, welcome back, buddy. You feeling okay?
Well, yeah, but like, what do you mean?
He doesn't fucking remember, does he?
Well, then I'd say he's back to normal.
Don, enough. Joe, why don't you just take a seat for a few turns? I'm gonna let Donald start this next map.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
Now, this is a tremendous map. An absolute classic. Everybody is saying this.
And yet nobody is asking.
All right, now watch and learn, fuckwits, as the Don himself plunges into the chimney.
Santa Claus can barely fit in the chimney. I don't think you'll have much luck.
All right, Don, let's see those skills.
This ought to be good.
Now watch as the master goes down the slide faster than anyone has ever done before.
Don, I can feel the orbit of the Earth shifting as you slide. Your gravitational pull is fucking up the delicate balance of the heavenly bodies.
The only heavenly body here is me. When women touch themselves, I am who they close their eyes and imagine.
I think I just threw up in my mouth a little.
Now watch this skip I came up with.
What skip?
The one I just did, the jump from a second ago.
Are you actually calling that a skip right now?
Don, the only skip you've ever done is leg day, and every other workout day for that matter.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
You should try skipping a meal instead.
Oh shit, Barry, ha 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 ha.
Will you guys fuck off? I know all the strats, I know the best way to slide down, and let me tell you, nobody does it like I do.
You might be right about that last part.
Now check this out.
Whoa, hey, that was actually pretty cool, Don.
Damn, skill points on that one for sure.
Uh-huh, read them and weep, boys. Barry, the controller is yours.
All right, let me show you boys a real skip.
All right, what's it gonna be?
Yeah, Barry, what you got in store for us? I know it's always something good.
So you know that star where you have to grab the baby penguin and go all the way down the slide, across the way, on and on, around the bend, and keep sliding and sliding, and across the perilous bridge with the evil snowmen, and take a bunch of fucking damage, and then carefully make your way down without falling off or dying so you can bring it back to its mother and earn the star?
Wow, that seems like a lot of work for just one star.
God, I used to spend forever trying to do this star. Eventually, I would just throw the penguin off the ledge out of frustration. This shit took forever.
Yeah, well, there's a much faster way to do it. Check it out.
Whoa, damn.
Holy shit, what the hell? Barry, how the fuck did you do that?
Trick of the trade, Don.
That's insane. You save so much time just doing it that way.
Well, that's the essence of speedrunning right there. Saving time by whatever means necessary.
Obama, you're such a fucking nerd.
I consider that a compliment. Anyway, Joe, you ready to hop in?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Why are you so sniffly?
Joe, what is that white stuff all over your face?
Oh, I had a powdered sugar donut earlier.
Yeah, tell Hunter I said hi.
Will do. Wait, no, shut the fuck up.
All right, Joe, go ahead and hop into the chimney. The next star is a penguin race on the slide.
All right, let me show you how to actually do the slide, Donald.
Joe, you would have been looking for the slide for hours if we didn't show you where it was earlier.
Sounds like copium.
Stop capping.
Holy shit, this penguin is even fatter than you are, Don.
I said stop capping, sleepyhead. You've got more cap than Mario. And look, this penguin is even sleepier than you are.
Very funny, dickhead.
Joe, go. The race started.
I know, I just want to show Don how blindingly fast I am.
Joe, you're losing you fucking shit for brains.
The only thing I'm losing is interest in hearing your dumb, troglodyte-ass talk.
All you've got is talk, Joe. You can't get a single star on your own without Barry holding your hand through it.
I can get this star just like I got my nut deep inside Melania last night.
Like I said, talk all you want. The only one of us that has any game with the ladies is me.
Donald, you are the last person I would describe as having game.
Shut the fuck up, Barry. You're married to a man.
Oh,
Jesus
fuck,
Christ.
the Donster
Michelle is
snaps
not a man.
back.
Her real name is Michael, and you are the first gay president.
God damn
Don,
it.
I'm not taking
Fuck.
the bait. And stop messing Joe up.
Barry, can you do this one, please?
Called it. Run to Daddy Barry every time you can't get a star.
Shut the fuck up, Don.
All right, I'll make this one quick. There's been an awful lot of slide in this video.
Go
All
get
right,
him,
let's
Barry.
see what you've got.
Honestly, I haven't done this star in forever. I don't do this one in 16-star runs
So why don't you do this star in 16-star runs?
because it's not fast enough. There are plenty of better options, and thus this one is pretty much eliminated from the pool unless you're an absolute beginner.
Jesus, what the hell am I watching? I didn't know you could skip the entire slide.
Yep, this is the strat you would use on the first star for this course. I figure we can just use it for this penguin race.
God damn, you left him in the dust. I can't believe he still hasn't finished yet.
Wait, isn't there a check on this slide, Barry? I remember if you try to take the shortcut, he calls you a cheater.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even think about that. You can't skip this race. That's why this star isn't used in speed runs.
What? How's that? You beat him fair and square.
It's just the way the game is coded, Joe. The game checks to make sure you do the whole slide.
We might as well call this video the slideshow.
God damn, you are full of puns today, Donald. I didn't think you were intelligent enough to come up with a pun.
And I didn't think you were an American citizen, but I guess the world is full of surprises.
Yeah, very funny.
Only because it's true.
Hey, Don, watch this skip I came up with. Yeah, wasn't that a sick skip, guys? Pretty legendary, right?
Oh, Barry, that was sick, yo. What an incredible skip. You saved so much time doing that.
Will you guys shut the fuck up? Finally, no more fucking slide.
Yeah, I'd be fine with not seeing this slide ever again. All right,
Hell
Barry,
yeah,
way
nice
to go,
star
buddy.
get, Barry.
Thank you, fellas.
So, Barry, I keep noticing all these red coins on these maps. What's up with those?
It's just like the ones you collected on the Vanish Cap stage. 8 red coins will net you a star. Red coin stars on main maps take a bit longer, and I've generally been trying to have us skip them. But fuck it, I'll show you one.
Make it snappy. I want another turn.
Oh, you'll get the opportunity to spread Cheeto dust all over the controller again. Don't worry.
So do you have a speed run route for these coins, Barry?
Well, generally, you only collect this star in 70-star or 120-star speed runs and combine it with the 100 coin star. And since I don't run those categories, I don't really know the route. I'm kind of just improvising here.
Hurry up, I'm getting bored.
Donald, wait your turn. Don't you have a McChicken or 12 to eat?
Don't you dare slander the sacred name of McDonald's, Joe. Well, I would say it's finally Joe's turn, but that's going to take even longer.
Don, no one wants to see your mid-ass gameplay.
I will mop the floor with you, you sack of sleepy
Literally,
bones.
I'd rather scoop my
Don't
cat's
you
litter
test
box
me?
with my
You're
bare
literally
hands
a walking,
than watch
talking
you play this
corpse
game
risen
any
from the
longer.
dead to
You
haunt
think
us
you
with
have
your
this
weird
dumbass
zombie
bag
ass.
of tricks, and yet you
If
just
most
come off
zombies
like
are
a
like
sweaty
you, then the
acne-scarred
zombie
neckbeard
apocalypse
who's
isn't
been playing
anything
this
to be
game
afraid
casually
of.
for 25
You're about one
years
good
and never
punch away
improved
from
in
death,
any
you
of it.
slimy scumbag.
People would be better off
snollygoster,
watching paint
with your
dry.
lame
At least they
insults
get to
and
see
weird
some
zombie
action.
swagger.
Guys! Jesus fucking Christ, can you two shut the fuck up for 5 seconds? Hello?
Sorry, Barry, I was just waiting 5 seconds like you said.
Joe, it's a figure of speech. I didn't literally mean... Never mind. Here, it's your turn. I'm going to take a break. Hit me up when you guys learn to behave.
Oh, man. I think we pissed him off.
Well, fuck. Should we just keep playing?
It seems like the right thing to do. In the spirit of Barry, we must get the next star, just like he'd want us to.
All right, well, you know this game better than I do, so you'll have to tell me what to do next.
All right, Joe, off to the left here, you'll see a snowman head. You want to talk to him and basically race him down the slide to his body.
Is that all this map is? Just slides?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's roll this fat one down the hill just like your gigantic... Oh, wait, sorry, it's like a force of habit.
It's all good, you sleazy sleepy. Good job, buddy, you got this.
This is weird, I don't like it.
Me neither. It only feels right to rip on you.
Exactly, I don't feel right if I'm not constantly shitting down your throat.
So what do we do?
Just resist the temptation, see if we can turn over a new leaf.
Well, anyway, I think you did this one correctly, Joe. So I'm sorry for saying you can't get any stars on your own. You well and truly did it right before my eyes.
Well, I appreciate it, buddy. You were a great coach.
See, now was that so hard, fellas?
What, were you just listening on the other side of the door?
Trick of the trade, Don.
Jesus. Well, it's my turn now, I guess.
Yep, you're up for the Wall Kicks Will Work star. Let's see what you've got. And if you two can get along for an entire star, drinks are on me tonight.
Oh, fuck, that sounds good.
Count me in, I'm down to clown.
All right, talk to me about your strategy here, Don.
Well, I want to get down to the cannon and blast over like the game intended.
Way to take the image, ass. Take a nice risk there, Donald. That was a good jump.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. It was kind of risky, huh? And look, here's that sleepy-ass penguin just like anyone would be after a long day, you know?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
All right, let's see that cannon work.
Yeah, Don, blast out of that cannon just like I blasted a load of snow off of my car last week.
It hasn't snowed here in over a month, Joe.
I'm pretty sure it did.
And I'll tackle these pasty white zombie-looking freaks that are deader than a doornail.
What does that even mean?
I have absolutely no clue.
Didn't think you would make that jump, but you did. Good job, buddy.
Hey, no worries, friend. I know you're always rooting for me.
Well, anyway, now you just need to perform a couple wall kicks to get up there. Of course, nowadays we call them wall jumps, since Mario doesn't literally kick the wall, but more so just jumps off of them, akin to a ninja, in a sense. It's one of the more advanced mechanics of the game, but you can become an absolute legend with a well-practiced wall.
I can't take it anymore, Barry. I've got to roast him.
Oh, roast me, Daddy.
You decrepit corpse.
You orange abomination.
Child molester.
Shit for brains.
Destined for dead dipshit.
You middle school dropout.
Fucking speechless fossil.
Egomaniacal psychopath.
Useless waste of space.
Cocksucker.
Spunk trumpet.
Prison bait cum dumpster.
You economy destroyer.
Troglodyte.
Zombie freak.
Boys! Listen, I think I've realized something. If you two feel the best when you're roasting each other, then I guess go ahead. But I am going to ask you to tone it down from time to time.
You mean it, Barry?
Yes, I do.
Oh, hell yeah. But wait, we don't get drinks now.
Oh, we're still going out, but drinks are on you motherfuckers tonight.
Seems fair. Where are we going anyway?
I got us 3 spots at a prestigious joint in town, Club 86.
All right, boys, let's get the fuck down. Welcome back to the series and to episode 6. Today wait, where the hell is Don?
Remember, Barry, I told you he went home with that bimbo from the club last night.
Oh, you're kidding.
Nope.
I remember him talking to her, but that was around the time you passed out from all the Molly and ecstasy we took.
My bad, Barry. My blood pressure is not what it used to be.
It's all good, buddy.
Can I let you in on a little secret, though?
And what's that?
Yeah, I paid that chick to act like she didn't know who Donald Trump was.
Oh, his ego couldn't have handled that.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
That's why he went home with her.
I bet it drove him nuts.
Well, while we wait on his dumb ass, let me show you a trick on this slide. See how I turned around hitting that wall? Now I hit this one and jump.
Oh, wow.
I can skip the entire slide.
What the hell, Barry? That's sick as fuck. So this is the princess's secret slide?
That's right, Joe. There's 2 stars on it. 1 for completing the slide and 1 for finishing it in under 20 seconds.
Oh, okay. I'll go ahead and get the other star then.
Perfect. Then we can visit a new map afterwards.
Oh, I can't wait. Hey, Barry, you want to hear a joke?
Sure, Joe. What you got for me?
Did you hear what happened to the piece of chocolate cake?
I don't know. What happened to the piece of chocolate cake?
I destroyed it just like I destroyed your mom last night.
Joe, are you just insulting me because Don isn't here for you to rip on?
Yeah, kind of.
If you use all your good material on me, you won't have any left for Donald.
Ah, shit, you've got a point there.
And anyhow, why don't you focus on this star before you fuck it up and ask me to take over again?
Oh, ouch. Oh, double ouch.
See what I mean?
Yeah, well, I still made it. Look at me go.
That's another star for us, Joe. 1 step closer to 120.
That's right, baby. This game is too damn easy.
We'll be finished in no time.
Hell yeah, Barry. So where are we headed now?
We're gonna visit Big Boo's haunt, the spookiest map there is.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm easily spooked.
Me too, Joe, but we'll just have to push through.
Oh, Jesus, this is terrifying, Barry.
Don't worry, Joe. It's gonna be all right, buddy.
Oh God, Barry, if you're scared, I'm fucking terrified. Ah! Fuck!
God damn it, I forgot about that shit.
A little warning would have been nice.
I'm sorry, Joe.
Boo!
Ah! Jesus fucking Christ, Donald, don't fucking do that.
You scared the ever-loving fuck out of me.
Yeah, well, that's what you dipshits get for trying to pull a fast one on me with that bimbo.
Oh, you figured that out?
Yeah, I figured that out. There's no such thing as someone who doesn't know Donald Trump. I just let you guys think I went home with her. Plus, I have no need for bimbos. I have a lovely wife at home.
A lovely wife that you let me smash all the time?
Shut the fuck up, Joe. Now give me that controller. It's bound to be my turn.
It is. Joe and I already got 1 star each on the secret slide.
All right, perfect. I'll take over clapping these ghost cheeks, the way I clapped Jill's last night.
Oh, Donnie, the only clapping sound you heard was your own stomach fat rolls flopping around.
Yeah, these fat rolls probably make you hungry, you pale zombie freak. Probably just waiting for us to fall asleep before he eats our brains, Barry.
Don, where are you going? We already did this room.
I'm grabbing the vanish cap again so that I'm invulnerable to Zombie Joe's assault.
You are a complete moron.
Besides, I'm all muscle anyway, so if he tried something, I could take him.
Don, you look like the world's largest Monsanto citrus fruit ate its way out of a hostess truck and then beat that fat kid in Matilda in a chocolate cake eating contest.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Now hurry up and beat these ghosts. I'm feeling a little more brave now that I have an orange Shrek here to defend me.
Stupid fucking ghosts.
Don, what do you have against ghosts? They aren't even real.
Of course they're real. I see them all the time at Trump Tower, haunting the place, fucking pathetic creatures, like Joe here.
Maybe they're the ghosts of your overworked, underpaid employees who starved to death.
I wish you'd starve to death, sleepyhead.
All right, knock it off, guys. Don't make me regret allowing you two to insult each other on stream.
Aw, Barry, why don't you try it sometime? It's fun.
Yeah, Barack, give us your best insult.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez,
come
I don't
on,
know, you
Barry.
guys. I kind of just want to focus on the game.
Come on, one insult, Barry, that's all we ask.
Yeah, roast me or Don. He's easy to roast.
Eat my ass, you sack of bones.
All right, fine. I'll do one.
Yeah,
All right, what
hell
you
yeah,
got
let's
for
hear
me?
it.
Don, you're a Mountain Dew maniac, and Joe, you're a cotton-headed ninny muggins.
I take it back.
Oh, shit, Barry, that was
Barry,
pretty
don't
lame.
ever
And
do
I
an
mean, like, that
insult
wasn't
like
even good
ever
enough
again.
to sit at the loser table. That was just complete and total failure. That was more of a miss than that Metallica-Lou Reed collaboration.
Gee, thanks, guys. That really makes me want to try that ever again.
Well, don't be a pussy about it. Just man up and come up with some better insults next time.
Yeah, we're done with this conversation. Anyway, I'm getting the Booze Balcony star.
I could never find this one as a kid because I didn't know about this hidden door up here.
Yep, this spot is easy to miss. I don't blame you on that.
Whoa, it's almost like a hidden room in the mansion.
Kind of. There actually is a hidden room, but that's for later.
This whole map is literally just ghost boss fights. They use the same boss 3 times.
Yep, makes you wonder if they ran out of space to add more content or just ran out of ideas.
Hey, why not both?
Jesus, Barry, how can you even tell what you're doing with this weird fixed camera angle they used here?
Trick of
And don't say trick of the trade.
Well, speaking of that, I do have an announcement for you guys. Let's pause for a moment.
Wait a minute, you're not saying...
You mean it's here?
That's right, boys. Merchandise has arrived. Choose from an exciting array of products from the channel store, each bearing the classic tagline, Trick of the Trade. Now you can be in on the joke every time I play circles around the boys in this game. Everyday products you love, from phone cases and hats to sweatshirts or mugs. The store is easy to find. Simply navigate to our channel page, click the store tab on the menu, then click any item. Choose your favorite product and cycle through the different color options to find your favorite look. Grab a comfy signature hoodie in my favorite color configuration. Because you're a legend, so get out there and stun them. Thank you for all of your love and support. Now back to the video.
Wow, holy
Good
crap,
shit,
Barry, that was
I'm
insane.
definitely getting me one of those hats.
Aw, thanks guys. I was up all night with Michelle putting that together.
Much cooler than the MAGA hats Don likes to wear.
Your parents should have aborted you, Joe.
Didn't ask. So which star do I do on this stage?
Take a left here and check out the shed there.
Oh, all right. Damn. This looks creepy as fuck. Running around in circles makes some bad guys roll their eyes.
Holy shit, Joe, you learned how to read?
Yep, now we're just waiting for you to learn how to lose weight.
Feel the weight of my total wrath as I shit fury all over your life.
God, you watch too much TV. What does that even mean, shit fury? Just sounds like you ate Taco Bell earlier or something.
I would never cross the border for that disgusting foreign food, Joe. I only eat real American cuisine.
Taco Bell is an American chain, Don.
And the only food I need for proper sustenance is McDonald's, home of the Big Mac, large fry, and the world's best Coca-Cola.
I can hear you getting fatter.
And I can hear your hearse arriving. Now focus so that it'll be my turn sooner.
What the hell is this place?
The Ghosts Merry-Go-Round. You gotta fight all the small ghosts, and then the large one will appear again.
Fun fact, they actually call merry-go-rounds a galloper in Britain.
Who the fuck asked?
Donald, sometimes it's fun to learn new things.
The only thing you need to know about Britain is that the people call everything by the wrong names, and they all smell like tea and biscuits.
Donald, would you please stop generalizing entire groups of people?
Barry, for future reference, here's an example of a good roast. Did you know that Don is actually a COVID test?
Huh? What the fuck do I have to do with that fake virus test?
The test is, if you can't smell Don's BO, you definitely have COVID.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Joe, I don't know how you come up with shit like that on the fly.
Call it a gift.
The greatest gift you could give this world is leaving it.
I'm gonna have to leave it if you get any fatter.
Joe, I will gut you like a fish.
Any excuse to talk about food, huh?
Okay, guys, shut the fuck up.
Fish are friends, not food, Joe.
Anyway, Don, you're up.
Excellent. Shouldn't take me long as usual.
So which star is this?
Secret of the Haunted Books. It features a nifty little puzzle mechanic more reminiscent of Legend of Zelda or Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, I hope that doesn't involve reading, otherwise Don's shit out of luck.
Good one, numbnuts.
Joe, come on.
I'm picturing a room where the books fly off the shelves and beat the shit out of Don.
Cap.
That is strangely accurate, Joe.
Holy shit. Look at this.
Oh, fuck
The
off.
books are beating the shit out of Don. He can't fucking read.
Shut the fuck up,
Look
you
at this.
fucking
Oh
fossil.
my God.
can't.
Don's a fucking idiot, dude.
You're older than all of these ancient books, you
Stop
spooky
it.
skeleton.
Get fucked, buddy.
And I still fucking made it, so get fucked, guys.
Way to go, Don. Nice
All right,
star
nicely
grab.
played, Don.
All right.
Living proof that even a Neanderthal can fiddle fuck his way through life.
Eat my ass, Joe.
All right, one more star, and then let's take a break. I'm getting hungry.
Sounds good. Where are we thinking tonight?
Not McDonald's, if that's what you're asking.
I think I'd like some Chick-fil-A, actually.
You can't. It's Sunday.
God damn it, I always do that. I only think of Chick-fil-A on fucking Sunday.
It's a life goal of mine to become the CEO of Chick-fil-A and open their asses up 7 days a week.
Life goal, huh? Better fucking hurry then.
Oh, suckle on my ding-dong, bitch.
I will say, though, that is the best idea I've ever heard out of you, ever.
I appreciate it, pal. Anyway, Barry, what's this star you're doing?
Eye to eye in the secret. Oh, fuck, I forgot I need the vanish cap.
Even the great Barry fucks up sometimes.
True enough, but I'll be back up there in no time. And I've got a neat glitch to show you guys while we're at it.
Sweet, love to see some tricks.
So normally with Mr. Eye, the eyeball enemy in this game, you have to run around him in circles to spin him out. The regular version of him gets you a blue coin, but the boss version of him in the secret room gets you a star.
Oh, okay, I see.
Now the neat trick with this enemy is that if you take damage and then enter his hitbox and crouch down, your invincibility frames go on infinitely until you exit his hitbox again. Check it out.
Oh,
What the
wow.
hell?
Now I just crawl in a circle and it still works the same way. He'll spin out as intended and I'll get the star.
That's nuts, dude. What the hell?
Jesus Christ, I had no idea you could do some shit like that. How is that even possible?
Trick of the trade, Don.
My God. Yeah, you're so tricky, Barry.
The only thing that's tricky is you weighing yourself without breaking the scale.
Oh,
Jesus
my
Christ.
God. Barry strikes back. That was a great
That was
roast,
actually a
Barry.
good
You've
comeback.
been
I gotta
learning
hand
from
it to
me.
you, Barack.
Aw, thanks, guys. I guess hanging out with you two is giving me some ideas. Anyway, let's go grab some pizza and then start working on the next episode.
Sounds like a plan.
Count me in, fellas.